before committing suicide. Survivors of the church attack yesterday say some parents prevented the shooter from entering the church.
What happened in those doors? Stories will be told, the heroics of the parents, the dads that were there securing the doors at the perimeter, the principal and the priests that were running around, irrespective of gunfire, heads up, not ducking.
And some middle school students helping to protect younger ones. Fox's Nate Foy outside the church in Minneapolis.
People have been dropping off flowers and candles, coming here and praying. There's emotional support animals here. The whole community really coming together in this just unspeakably difficult time. They received a message from Pope Leo expressing solidarity with those impacted last night, and they tell me they're really relying on faith and community to get through this. 2
young children were killed, 18 others injured, including 15 children, one of them still in critical condition. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker accusing President Trump of trying to inflame something in Chicago, suggesting it would justify a federal crackdown on crime as National Guard deployment continues in D.C.
We've been seeing the governor of Illinois parading out there saying that there's nothing wrong with Chicago. It's a great place to live. There's no crime there. He doesn't need President Trump's help. Well, I think the residents of Chicago beg to differ, and the statistics beg to differ.
White House spokeswoman Caroline Leavitt. Meantime, Homeland Security is asking a military base outside Chicago to prepare for possible immigration operations, seeking limited support with facilities, infrastructure, and other logistical needs. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
What she wanted was a trip to the hospital. It's cloudy and 68 degrees in downtown Indy. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 3:02. That's why a Richmond woman stole an ambulance after midnight on Thursday. Amanda Kirkendall asked staff at the Wayne County Jail to be taken to a hospital. When officers and medics arrived, Kirkendall hopped into the ambulance and drove off. This led to Richmond police chasing after her until they approached the hospital, and Kirkendall was arrested. After a July 4th weekend shooting that killed 2 teenagers and injured others, Indianapolis counselors approved a stricter youth curfew, but rejected fines for parents if kids break it. Here's Counselor Krista Carlino.
Mr. Chairman, are discriminatory and predatory, and I'll be voting no tonight.
The plan would start with a warning letter, then fine parents $500 for a second violation and $1,500 for a third and any further violations. Indiana Republicans say they want to join in on efforts started by Texas to redraw their state's congressional maps, but Indiana Governor Mike Braun is in no hurry.
So I've been clear from the get-go that this needs to be a slower process rather than one we rush into.
Talking to WIBC's Hammer Nigel, Braun and other state leaders met with Vice President J.D. Vance earlier this month to discuss possible redistricting in Indiana. State Republicans also just returned from D.C. following a meeting with the Trump team, who's wanting red states to redraw their maps and pick up more seats for the GOP before next year's midterms. Leaders in Richmond say their city is going through lots of positive changes. John Herrick explains why.
They've started a new initiative that they call Revitalize Richmond, and it's valued at more than $100 million over a 5-year period. Dakota Collins is Richmond's Director of Community Relations. He tells Inside Indiana Business.
Young professionals are going to have new options for living. Empty nesters are going to have new options. So we're really trying to make this initiative very inclusive of multiple different audiences.
Among other things, he says they want to strengthen the relationship between Earlham College and city leaders there. They hope to have all projects that are part of it to be done by 2028. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Traffic and weather in 1 minute. It's 3:04.
By now, you've heard about IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's a way to claim your unclaimed property from the Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division. It's not a scam. It's not houses, boats, cars, or storage facilities. It isn't free money. So what exactly is it? It's your money. It belongs to you, and it's waiting for you to claim it. It's money from unclaimed wages or commissions, forgotten bank accounts, underlying shares, refunds, insurance proceeds, stock dividends, safe deposit box contents, overpayments, certificates of deposit, money orders, and more. The Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division safeguards those funds while trying to locate and return those funds to the owner or heir. It's your money, you deserve it, and the Attorney General's office wants to make sure you get it. The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Hammer and Nigel to 46220. That's Hammer and Nigel to 46220. Or visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
You've got WIBC traffic at 3:05 with Matt Bear.
South side eastbound 465 before US 31. Police activity in the left lane about a mile before 31. And this has traffic backed up to I-69, delay time of 8 minutes. Southbound 65 as 70 stop and go traffic because of construction. North split down to Fletcher. And then on the east side, southbound 465 slows before 70 down to Washington Street, 4-minute delay. Traffic sponsored by Great Lakes Honda of Fishers. Honda of Fishers is now Great Lakes Honda of Fishers under new ownership. Visit them just off State Road 37 for special grand opening prices during their summer sales event. Great Lakes Honda of Fishers. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Now here's the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
Tonight, rain chances come to an end, and we will look for partly cloudy skies. Lows will fall to 57. A beautiful end of the week, mostly sunny skies, a nice day with highs near 75, and dry for the holiday weekend. We will see sunny skies Saturday, 76, and near 80 on Sunday. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Tara Hastings for 93 WIBC.
I'm Jacob McDaniel, on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos? So let's rock it!
Hey, Hammer, I'm still trying to work it out in my head how I feel about this Washington Post report on the late Colts owner, Jim Irsay. WAPO citing several interviews with 5 different anonymous sources that have direct knowledge of Irsay claim that Irsay spent the last 2 years of his life in the throes of relapse, and he and the Colts executives repeatedly hid him from the public. Irsay ended up dying, as you remember, May 21st of this year at a luxury hotel in Beverly Hills, California. I wasn't aware that it was in California. That's where he died. So, and the reason I'm having trouble deciding on, how I feel about this, is this something the family wanted kept private? Is this something that we needed to know? It's a private matter, is it not?
I feel like I can see both sides here. I feel like you're where I am. Like, if this were my father, I'd kind of want to keep things under wraps.
Yes.
But at the same time, when you've got a stadium that's over here that is funded by taxpayer money, I feel like the taxpayer has some sort of responsibility of knowing what's going on with your investment.
Yeah,
Does that make sense?
I'm wondering if the author of this this reporter is getting any backlash. And I really, honestly, if I didn't want to know about it, then I wouldn't have read it.
True.
Okay, so I could partially be called a hypocrite almost for even asking the question. But there's some ugly stuff in here.
There is.
Sure.
And the guy that wrote the story, one of the guys, is going to be joining us a little bit after 4 o'clock today. He is a writer with the Washington Post. He's going to be calling in, but just so we're all on the same page here, some of the information in this report from the Washington Post say that Irsay's relapse and death came as he was being treated by a recovery doctor who was prescribing him opioids and eventually ketamine at amounts that were worrying people close to him. Now, I don't know if that's family. I don't know if that's, inner circles of the Indianapolis Colts or what, but that's from the Washington Post. They also say they have evidence that Irsay suffered 3 overdoses in the final 5 years of his life. Now, we had kind of heard about the one that took place in his Carmel home.
A couple of years ago. Found him on the floor.
Right.
Yeah,
he did an interview with HBO
That's right.
talking about that. But there were 2 other ones. The Washington Post reports that there was a situation in Turks and Caicos back in 2020.
Wow.
And the Carmel home in December of 2023. And then 12 days later, after the Carmel home incident at a Florida resort. 12 days later.
Yeah, so when the Washington Post says the throes of relapse, they mean it.
Correct.
That's a long list you just spouted off right there.
Here's a little bit more of a specific breakdown. In early January 2024, the Colts said that Jim Irsay was being treated for a severe respiratory illness. We all remember that, right?
Oh, yeah.
In the story today, the Post reports that 12 days after that incident at the Carmel home, Jim Irsay was rushed from a resort near Miami after another overdose. This is according to sources to the WAPO. Irsay was eventually flown to St. Vincent Hospital here in Indy, where he spent almost 4 months recovering from that overdose. So in the last handful of years of his life, 3 major, I guess you could call them overdoses, but certainly health scares for Jim Irsay. The article goes on, when Irsay returned home from the spring of 2024, an addiction specialist based in California continued to prescribe him opioid painkillers. This was worrisome for the inner circle of Jim Irsay.
Seems strange.
And then the same guy, and they name his name, Harry Howatonen, and I'm probably butchering his last name, began prescribing Irsay ketamine. And this is the scary part, Nige. And I heard Ryan Hedrick talking about this earlier when he went on with Rob Kendall. Ryan, not only a great part of our WIBC newsroom, but he's part of the Supporting Sobriety podcast with Matt Baer. In the final months, Irsay got ketamine injections as often as 10 to 14 times a day.
And ketamine can be used for several different things: mental health conditions, pain management, and anesthetic and medical procedures. It can help you come off some of the other opioids that you're addicted to.
Right.
As a substitute.
For comparison, though, Friends star Matthew Perry, who battled that, at the time of his death, he was receiving 6 to 8 of those shots a day. The WAPO's reporting Jim Irsay was doing 10 to 14 of those a day. So, again, this was a story that broke earlier this morning, and I think the reason people are interested in this story is that it goes against what we kind of thought about the way this thing played out. I think we all knew Jim Irsay was battling some demons, and the incident in his Carmel home, maybe that was it. I had no idea about the Turks and Caicos. I had no idea about the Florida. 12 days later, I had no idea it was 10 to 14 shots per day.
And when he did appear in public, it was, man, he didn't look 65 years old. He looked twice his age.
Right.
And I hate saying that. I'm just trying to give you context of what he was going through.
Correct.
Now that this report has been published.
So I have not heard a response from the Indianapolis Colts yet. If they put something out, I'll be more than happy to pass that along to you. But, yeah, this was a big deal. And a lot of people, they're kind of at that crossroads where we're at, Nige. One point of view is that, man, the guy's dead. Leave him alone. What are you guys doing? Respect the family. But then there's the other side, the business side, that says this family may have lied to you and covered something up, and this is a family that's receiving some taxpayer money to fund the stadium. I understand both sides. I really do. Like, if that were my father, I would not want that stuff out there. But my father is different. My father didn't have a stadium built over here.
He's not a public figure.
Correct. Absolutely. And after 4:06, one of the writers of this story will join us on this program. And happier news, Nige, before we hit a break here, let's get some happy news. The fine folks at There I Ruined It, one of my favorite social media follows out there, There I Ruined It. It's a site where they take popular songs and mix them in a way that, well, ruins it.
Yeah.
Do you remember the song Last Resort by Papa Roach?
Yeah, of course.
Cut my life into pieces.
This is my last resort.
They turned that into a fun song for preschool children.
No.
Would you like to hear it?
No. Come on.
Wish somebody would tell me I'm fine. See, now aren't we in a better mood? Don't don't we feel better now?
No, not at all. Quite the opposite, actually.
Matt Bear.
South Side, eastbound 465 before 31. Police activity blocking the left lane and stopping traffic back to I-69. That's a 17-minute delay right now. Southbound 6570, stop and go from Michigan Street down to the South Split because of construction. Northbound 65 slows after Keystone Avenue into the South Split because of that construction zone. Traffic sponsored by Mattress Firm. Need better sleep? Upgrade to a premium mattress at Mattress Firm's Labor Day sale. The best sale of the year. They make sleep easy. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Yeah, this Irsay story that came out this morning, got to be honest, was not on my radar. Had no idea this was even being worked on or investigated, but a lot of people have some strong opinions on the story. And Will Hobson, he is the investigative staff writer for the sports department at the WAPO. He is going to be calling into our program at 4:06. He had a big hand putting this story together. Right now, we got a little clouds, light rain, 71 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. Coming up next, man, it feels like they try to roll one of these things out every year. I'm being told there may be another Knight Rider movie.
Yeah!
Ah, man.
I'm excited for that one.
Yeah, but it feels like, I don't know. I keep hearing about it, and I never see it.
Yeah, there's been a couple other iterations, but I'm willing to take a chance.
All right, let's talk about that next.
When it comes to retirement, it's not just what you've saved, it's what you keep that matters. Howard Bailey Financial invites you to join our free educational event featuring nationally recognized IRA expert and CPA Ed Slott, where he will focus on strategies to help reduce unnecessary taxes, avoid common mistakes, and plan smarter for the years ahead. This event is ideal for anyone in or nearing retirement who wants to make the most of what they've saved. Reserve your spot at the Forum in Fishers on Thursday, September 11th by calling or texting ED to 888-262-1104. Space is limited, so reserve your spot today by calling or texting ED to 888-262-1104. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. Please see disclosures at howardbailey.com.
An official message from Medicare.
I'm saving money on my Medicare prescriptions. Maybe you can save too. With Medicare's Extra Help program, my premium is zero and my out-of-pocket costs are low. Who should apply? Single people making less than $24,000 a year or married couples who make less than $32,000. Even if you don't think you qualify, it pays to find out.
Go to ssa.gov/extrahelp. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Sometimes an identity threat is a ring of professional hackers. And sometimes it's an overworked accountant who forgot to encrypt their connection while sending bank details.
I need a coffee.
And you need LifeLock, because your info is in endless places. It only takes one mistake to expose you to identity theft. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Join the Home and Garden Show Saturday in Anderson at Anderson Speedway, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. as they preview Saturday evening's Night of Thrills at Anderson Speedway.
This hour on 93 WIBC is powered by Pierce Jewelers, Carmel's Diamond Engagement Ring Store.
Did this show fire me up when I was a kid? The theme song, especially when it would start. A man who does not exist. Knight Rider. It's time for yet another story about a Knight Rider movie in the works. Creators of Cobra Kai.
I like
this
Cobra
is where,
Kai.
This is, see, you loved Cobra Kai. They are said to be producing the big screen take on this 80s show that starred David Hasselhoff. I don't think David Hasselhoff will be in the current Knight Rider. Maybe he'll make him a cameo.
He should be in
I was going to say, yeah, you make a brand new, all new, souped up 2025 remake or redo of Knight Rider. You got to have David Hasselhoff.
Maybe he
as a
could be the
cameo.
voice of Kit. Wouldn't that be awesome?
That's right. But we've been here before. In 2017, it was supposedly going to star John Cena and Kevin Hart. Then in 2020, the director of that movie Saw and The Conjuring was supposed to make one. We'll see. I don't know.
Hold on, those are two vastly different versions of Knight Rider. Like a wacky buddy comedy with John Cena and Kevin Hart. And then from the producers of Saw and The Conjuring. Good Lord.
Did you know when they brought the TV series back in 2008, the major star was the voice of the car Kit?
I didn't know they brought the series back.
They brought it back in 2008. What major star was the voice of the car?
Oh, I have no idea.
Val Kilmer.
Val. All right.
I didn't know they brought it back in 2008 either. It must have not lasted too long.
No, but I like Val Kilmer. I thought Val Kilmer was always strong in everything that he was in.
Here's my question, and I think it's a valid one and it makes sense. There are self-driving cars now that talk to you. That's what Kit was.
Right.
That's what he was a self-driving car. Now, I don't think he had boosters, ejection seats.
Like a James Bond car.
Yeah. Like you hit booster and it jumps like 10 feet in the air. But is Kit even a big deal anymore? So guys like me is. Man, I remember seeing my mom and dad took me to a car show down at the convention center, and they had Knight Rider there. And they had a guy somewhere with a microphone.
Right.
And I was able to get in and talk to Kit.
Oh, that's cool.
And he would talk back.
Right.
As a little kid.
Some dude in the back corner, he's smoking a heater. He's got a coffee in his hand. Here comes this fat little kid from Liston. No, that's awesome, though. But you're right. Has the novelty worn off? Like, what's special about Knight Rider now? Because I could go pretty much anywhere in Indianapolis and find a car that can talk and self-drive. Like, that's not new anymore.
I think it's even more impressive than self-driving is self-parallel parking.
Right.
How the hell? How did they pull that off?
But car movies, man, like Gearheads, they show up. We could sit here and laugh about all these Fast and the Furious movies.
Yeah.
Do we really need Part 19, where it's just a hologram of, the blonde guy? But I'm telling you, when they pump those things out, people flock to the box office.
And that's why we need another one of these. Now, I don't know if people are going to flock to the box office for Knight Rider. Will they flock to Netflix, though? Will they flock to Amazon Prime or Hulu?
If you put a decent series out there, if they make it a series, and I don't know if that's what they're doing or not, but like Cobra Kai was a series, man, people love to binge stuff. You can say binge watching is not a real thing. It's a made-up marketing term. Maybe. But I get pretty excited if I get into a show and I can just sit down and watch episode after episode.
I thought it was so cool how Knight Rider, Kit, like they'd be following along that big black semi, and the door would come down on the back of the semi, and Kit would ride into it. That was like its headquarters.
Right. And our pal Brian Baker, he was like one of the guys that would do those stunts. Now, I don't know if he did that stunt, but he was a car stunt man for TV shows in Hollywood for a long time. So when you would see these people doing these Fast and the Furious cool stunts, it's usually the stunt guy, not the actor.
Two of my favorite shows, maybe even three of my favorite shows when I was a kid involved cars. Dukes Hazzard, although my sadistic parents would make me go to bed halfway through because it was a school night. How dare they? Now you see the way I turned up.
The villain origin story.
Knight Rider. And then I guess, this probably doesn't count, but A-Team. I like the black van.
With the big stripe on it?
Yeah. Those are three of my favorites when I was a kid, man.
That's strong. That's a strong lineup.
Nighttime lineups.
Is David Hasselhoff known for Knight Rider or Baywatch?
Oh, man. Two different eras.
Right. If I did a Family Feud style survey on Monument Circle of people of all ages, all colors, and said, David Hasselhoff, best known for, I think it's going to be about 50-50. Now, German folks may come on there and say, phenomenal singer, but I think everybody else would be like either Baywatch or Knight Rider.
I would think Baywatch. I would think right now Baywatch would edge out Knight Rider. I mean, it was Baywatch was in the 90s, right? That was early 90s.
Right.
It didn't bleed over, spill back into the 80s, did it? I think
it was
90s.
all 90s. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go say Baywatch.
And Baywatch was in a lot more reruns. Like those other little channels, the cable channels, they all had syndication Baywatch. I don't recall seeing syndication Knight Rider. Maybe there was, but I think Baywatch is one. You guys jump in. Go to the WIBC YouTube page or tweet at us. Go to Facebook, Instagram. When you're talking Hoff, David Hasselhoff. German folks, you can sit this one out because I know what your answer is. But everybody else, David Hasselhoff, is he Michael Knight from Knight Rider, or is he Mitch Baywatch, as my mom would say? I always had to tell my mom.
Mitch Baywatch.
His name isn't Mitch Baywatch. The name of the show is Baywatch. His name is Mitch. I know, but Baywatch isn't his last name, Mom. And she would fight me and yell and melt down. Mitch Baywatch. Fine, you win. That's his name.
Vince says not a car, but equally as cool. Don't forget about Airwolf.
Helicopter.
Yeah.
Right? Chopper.
He spells it woof as he's barking. In the chat, but that's okay. I know what show you're talking about. Love me some Airwolf as well.
Ann on the YouTube chat says she remembers the Hoff as eating Wendy's off the floor. There's that version as well.
Man, there was some good drunk food that was hitting the spot for old Hoff.
We've been there, man.
Oh, yeah.
We've all been there. You can make fun of the Hoff all you want, but at some point in our life, we've had that feeling of being drunk and just making a mess. He was enjoying that burger, shirtless on the floor.
Disappointing the hell out of his daughter.
And then my mom, did you see that video of Mitch Baywatch laying on the floor? It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
Well, summer's still hot, and so are the deals at Tom Roush Lincoln. Right now, get 0% for up to 48 months on 2025 Lincoln Aviator and Nautilus, or 0.9% for 72 months on 2025 Grand Touring Corsair. Or how about a $50,000 Lincoln Corsair from just $499 per month? So come get one of those hot summer deals at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers.
MSRP $52.20, 36-month term, $2,500 due at signing, $499 a month, 10,500 miles per year. Good through 8/31/25.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed a musty smell in your home? I hope not, because damp smells mean that you could have a crawl space problem. That's where Indiana Foundation Service comes in, a groundworks company. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to waterproof your crawl space and get to the root cause of the problem. Schedule your free inspection at indianafoundation.com/row. And while you're there, check out my latest dirty job.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Deals and specials are sizzling hot. It's the Central Indiana Gun and Knife Show this Saturday and Sunday at the Tippecanoe County Fairgrounds in Lafayette. The best dealers in the region will be at the Central Indiana Gun and Knife Show. Just $6 for adults. Kids 12 and under get in free. Must be 18 or accompanied by an adult. Buy, sell, trade. This Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Sunday, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Tippecanoe County Fairgrounds in Lafayette. For more info, visit centralindianagunshows.com.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Technology Recyclers is the safe and ethical choice for your computer and electronics recycling. R2 certified, 100% landfill free, guaranteed destruction of data, and absolutely free pickups. Visit tech-recyclers.com.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Calling for immediate action on gun control. It's cloudy and 69 degrees in downtown Indy. Showers are in the vicinity. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 3:30. That's what Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey is doing following yesterday's fatal shooting at the Annunciation Catholic School. Police Chief Brian O'Hara says there were 20 victims in the attack. 2 children were killed and 15 other children and 3 adults were injured. The The shooter, Robin Westman, turned the gun on himself, and police are looking into this. A proposal to fine Indianapolis parents for curfew violations was introduced following a shooting. Ryan Hedrick reports.
It was the topic again on Wednesday, months after a July 5th shooting killed 2 teenagers and left several others injured. Democrat Councilor Krista Carlino.
Mr. Chairman, are discriminatory and predatory.
Republican Councilor Michael Paul Hart responded.
It's your responsibility to be accountable for your child, and it can happen to anybody.
It was the Public Safety Committee who talked about this. They say they'll tell the full council on September 8th that they do not recommend imposing fines. Ryan Hedrick, 93 WIBC, Mobile News.
President Trump just fired the director of the CDC after a vaccine policy clash.
White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt says the director of the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention was not aligned with President Trump's mission to make America healthy again.
The secretary asked her to resign. She said she would, and then she said she wouldn't, so the president fired her, which he has every right to do.
Attorneys for Susan Menares say she was targeted for refusing to rubber stamp unscientific and reckless directives. Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. says there's a lot of trouble at the CDC, and it will require getting rid of some people.
Fox's Jared Halpern reporting. Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift's engagement is a major win for the NFL tight end. Fanatics says the company that sells official sports gear, sales of Kelce's jersey jumped by 200% after the couple announced their engagement on Tuesday. It was the single best sales day since the Super Bowl back in February, showing just how much impact the power couple has. You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 3:32.
This back-to-school season, we know you have enough on your mind. That's why Hubler's got you and your family covered for 100,000 miles. Now through Labor Day, shop over 2,000 vehicles at any of our 13 convenient locations. Buy with zero down. Choose from all makes and models. Certified, luxury, even the hard-to-find ones. Yes, zero down delivers. Plus, we'll pay top dollar for your trade. Bring us your old car for an immediate appraisal on the spot. So head back to school in a Hubler Q certified vehicle with a free Carfax history report and a 128-point vehicle inspection. Hubler's got you covered. For 100,000 miles, visit drivehubler.com or any of our 13 convenient locations and spend less on back to school. Through Labor Day, zero down delivers at Hubler. Cover me! Select models approved credit. Warranty on select models less than 9 years old.
With your WIBC traffic, here's Matt Bear.
9-minute delay on eastbound 70 Tibbs Avenue to Meridian Street, and on the south side, northbound 65 slow from Southport Road to 465 because of construction. And then we slow down again. It's from South Keystone Avenue up to the South Split. Southbound 65 70 stop and go traffic, Michigan Street down to the South Split. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Make summer nights unforgettable with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get 50% off a stunning fire pit with their best stamped concrete patio package. Hurry, offer ends September 1st. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Here's the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
Tonight, rain chances come to an end, and we will look for partly cloudy skies. Lows will fall to 57. A beautiful end of the week, mostly sunny skies. A nice day with highs near 75. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Tara Hastings for 93 WIBC.
I'm Jake McDaniel, on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Yeah, still having trouble processing what happened in Minnesota yesterday. The school shooting at the church where the kids were praying. Two young children shot to death as they were praying. And Hammer, we have this growing trend of these school shooters who are also transgender.
Right. I mean, the list here. This isn't just a few isolated, we're cherry-picking incidents here. This is a trend. Denver, Aberdeen, Nashville, Georgia, Philadelphia, all trans. Uvalde, Colorado, Minnesota, all trans. Iowa shooter, gender fluid. But yet, you turn on CNN, MSNBC, or listen to politicians in Minnesota talk, and they think it's rednecks with AR-15s that are the problem. Maybe you look at these chemicals that are getting pumped into these people and dive into why they're snapping.
Pumped into these people that are at a very fragile state in life. Young, confused, having these feelings, gender dysphoria. Yeah, you're right. Puberty blockers and hormones. And that is a question that needs to be answered.
Right. And there's been a big push in society, specifically from the political left in this country, to chastise you if you have concerns about that. How dare you question the trans people? Trans people are people too. You leave them alone. It's okay to ask why they feel that way, or how can you get them help. I thought Jesse Waters last night, friend of the show, Jesse Waters, Fox News. He's always been really good to this program. His monologue last night to open up the show, I thought was some of his best work.
Just 2 years ago, another trans 20-something walked into a Christian school in Nashville with a rifle and shot 3 kids and 3 adults. They buried the manifesto and locked down the case. We've seen trans shootings in Colorado and in Maryland. They even shot up an ICE facility in Texas. And it seems like half of Antifa's trans. A couple of they-thems just got popped for firebombing Teslas. The mayor of Minneapolis says you can't say that.
Anybody who is using this as an opportunity to villainize our trans community or any other community out there has lost their sense of common humanity. We should not be operating out of a place of hate.
I don't hate anyone who thinks they're trans. I feel sorry for them. But statistically, the trans population has been prone to violence. That's not villainizing, that's reality. And if you can't recognize reality, you're in danger. We love the American people, especially American children. And if they're troubled and believe they're somehow a girl trapped in a boy's body, we want to get them help. We don't want to give them hormones and operate on them. Society shouldn't be trying to produce more trans kids. We shouldn't be encouraging an emotional disorder or whatever this is. And doctors should stop profiting from it.
I thought that was very well said.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong. It doesn't mean I hate trans people if I'm just asking the questions and looking at these lists of these shooters and saying, wait a minute, something's off here. It doesn't mean I hate the community.
Right.
I'm not allowed to ask.
Right. Because it's a trend at this point, right? It is a trend. And in Minnesota, they brought this to the governor's attention back in 2023. Not just trans kids, but schools in general. Private schools in Minnesota 2 years ago went to Governor Tim Walz and said, we need to fund more security in schools. Now, keep in mind, at this time, the state of Minnesota had a huge surplus of budget money. But Tampon Tim, Governor Walz, said, no, we're not going to have extra security in our schools. Instead, he focused on taking that money and making it a sanctuary area, not just for trans, but for pretty much anybody that wants to get away with something. It's a sanctuary city in Minneapolis. That's where he decided to spend the money that the schools in that area asked, hey, could we get a little extra security here? We're a little concerned about some of the radicalization that's going on. And serious question, why do we know more about shooters like this? Not just this incident, but pretty much any school shooting. Why do we know more about the Robin Westmans of the world than we do Thomas Matthew Crooks? The dude who shot President Trump was on top of a building, and had Donald Trump not turned to look at a jumbo screen message, would have assassinated him. Why do we know more about this guy?
Why? I mean, you remember, you go back to that day and there's footage. There's people actually have their iPhones out on this guy on top of the roof, yelling for the police, pointing at this guy, and nobody's doing anything.
Right.
And only after he start firing do the counter snipers blow this guy away.
I mean, it's unbelievable.
I mean, you could apply this to the Vegas shooter as well.
Right. 100% spot on. And listen, last night I went down a rabbit hole. I read his suicide note. I read some of the manifesto. I watched some of the videos that were pulled down from his official YouTube chat, but are still out there. People have saved them. So I spent about 40 minutes last night watching and reading all of this stuff. This is a disturbed individual. But Nigel, again, last night, I had videos, I had photos, I knew what was written on the guns, I knew what he felt about children, I knew what he told his family. The guy that tried to kill President Trump, we know nothing. Nothing at all.
One of the headlines I'm looking at here from AOL, Minneapolis school shooter Robert Westman confessed that he was, quote, tired of being trans. I wish I never brainwashed myself.
His writings were really weird.
So they were all over the place.
Yeah, at one point he says, I wish I didn't have this cancer. Now, I don't believe he had cancer, but he said so in like a farewell note that he left to his family. So this guy was clearly out of his mind, all over the place. But like Jesse said, get the guy help. How can we help people who are feeling like this? How can we make it so they don't want to shoot innocent children in the head and take their lives? Does it make you a bad guy for asking about that? And the way the Minnesota mayor of Minneapolis treated people yesterday, giving you a lecture if you even thought that there was some sort of issue with the trans community, but just crapping all over you if you said thoughts and prayers, that rubbed me the wrong way yesterday.
Oh, the thoughts and prayers thing, that sent me over the edge. Oh, we don't want your thoughts and prayers. It's not. What do you want then?
Right.
Like, you want gun control. You want to be a gun grabber. Thoughts and prayers are a way of conveying grievance.
Right.
Or I guess conveying emotion, conveying
condolences.
Condolences. Yes, that's the word I was looking for.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. Nobody's saying it's the perfect solution.
No.
But Jen Psaki pulled that crap last night. Like, what laws do you want? Because it's not realistic to say ban all weapons. Well, guess what? If you ban all weapons, bad guys will still find a way to be bad guys. Murder has been banned, but guess what? This lunatic shot 2 kids in the head, shot a lot more people. Luckily, they lived. Had it not been a gun, it would have been a bomb. Had it not been a bomb, it would have been a knife or a fire or something. Bad people that are motivated will do bad things. It's not about the weapon, it's about the person. And why do they feel like they have to murder children? And why is this trend of major shooters that have all been trans, why is this happening? How do we get these people help? Those are the conversations we need to have. Miss Allison, I believe we have some legal stuff, so please have the Attorney General of the state of Indiana kick us off.
Legal stuff.
Crime, punishment, judges, legal stuff.
Legal stuff.
I need you to follow me here, Nigel. There's a lot going on. Dateline, Wisconsin. 45-year-old dude got 89 days in jail this week.
All right.
He's the dad from Wisconsin who faked his own death and then abandoned his wife and kids to go be with his mistress in Eastern Europe.
Oh, my dear Lord. He must have really hated his family.
He agreed to a plea deal that would have locked him up for 45 days, but the judge rejected it. They upped it to 89 days because that's how long he made his family think that he was dead. He staged his kayak in a lake.
Wow.
Paddled an inflatable raft to shore, rode that bad boy 70 miles.
He rode an e-bike 70 miles.
Rode 70 miles on an e-bike, took a bus to Detroit and then Toronto, hopped 3 flights to Paris, Asia, and then Europe.
Get as far away from this current family I have as possible.
It turned out he'd been talking to some woman from Uzbekistan that he'd met online. Police eventually found out that he got a new passport, took out a $375,000 life insurance policy, and reversed his vasectomy so he could start a new family with the Uzbekistanian mistress.
That's a pretty big risk you're taking. You're chatting and falling in love online with an Uzbek, someone from Uzbekistan, right? That's a big risk.
Authorities finally tracked him down in the country of Georgia. They sent him back to the United States. And this may come as a shock to you, Nige. His wife of 22 years has now filed for divorce.
You don't say. You don't say.
Not clear if the mistress is still in the picture or not. I don't know what's going on, but if you ever have an Uzbekistanian chick slide into your DMs, run, ignore it.
Andy Moore Ford in Plainfield has the deals you've been looking for your next car, truck, SUV, or electric vehicle. And right now, during their Red, White, and New sales event, you will get independence from car payments with no payments for 3 months and enjoy your freedom in the new Ford F-150 Super Crew or Mustang with 0% APR financing for 48 months. At Andy Moore Ford in Plainfield, they're pros at servicing your commercial vehicles. From medium to heavy-duty F-Series trucks, talk to Andy Moore Ford, the biggest selection of Super Duties in the entire state. Over 175 Super Duty trucks are on the ground and ready for you and your business, and you can save thousands because Andy always gives you more. And with an expert team and a fast turnaround, they know how to keep your business moving. Talk to Andy Moore Ford today. 2713 East Main Street in Plainfield or online at Andy Moore Ford, M-O-H-R. I love Andy. AndyMooreFord.com.
My Galaxy concrete coating for my garage floor just made the entire area look better. I'm not just talking about the floor. The garage has an entire different feel now that it's got an awesome coating over it. And it's not epoxy they use. They use polyurea, which is a new standard for garage coatings. Super staffed, done in as little as a day. 4 times stronger than my old, decrepit, cracked garage floor, for sure. They did such a good job, had them back into my basement to do the concrete floor in my utility room. Lifetime warranty, too, now that you'll need it. Check out their website to see pictures and get a quote, galaxyconcretecoatings.com, or give them a call, 751-9070.
Citizens, since we each upgraded to Xfinity in our homes, the Wi-Fi has been booming. It's fair to say our town has officially become a boomtown.
Mayor, will I be able to drop into multiplayer gaming battles with low lag?
The lag won't be an issue, but your questionable skills may be.
And what if I have hundreds of devices on the Wi-Fi? Purely hypothetical.
Seems like a lot, but sure, hundreds of devices all booming together with the Xfinity Gateway. Yes, friends and neighbors, with Xfinity, the Wi-Fi is booming.
The Wi-Fi isn't the only thing that's booming. Now get the most reliable Wi-Fi and our best-in-class equipment for one consistent price for 5 years guaranteed. All in. Plus, get unlimited data included and no annual contract. All with the 5-year price guarantee from Xfinity. Visit Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. New residential customers only. Select plans only. Xfinity Gateway with XFi Complete required for unlimited data except in certain areas. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024. Actual speeds vary.
Listen up, football fans. You won't want to miss this.
Right now, new Bet365 customers bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets, win or lose. So you could turn that $200 into something bigger when you bet on money line, spread, totals, player props.
$200 in bonus bets when new customers bet $5. I know where I'm going to bet from now on. Download the app today and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Indiana. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
An official message from Medicare.
I'm saving money on my Medicare prescriptions. Maybe you can save too. With Medicare's Extra Help program, my premium is $0 and my out-of-pocket costs are low. Who should apply? Single people making less than $24,000 a year or married couples who make less than $32,000. Even if you don't think you qualify, it pays to find out.
Go to ssa.gov/extrahelp. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Pierce Jewelers is the best family-owned jewelry store in Carmel. All jewelry and watch repair, appraisals, and custom design are done in-house. Shop local, shop smart, shop Pierce Jewelers.
The Attorney General's Office, reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every week. Visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov or text Hammer and Nigel to 46220 today.
Snapped a great photo? Witness something newsworthy?
Hey,
Hey, there's some news.
You can text it right to the WIBC newsroom. Join the text club. Text WIBC to 317-239-9393.
Matt Baer, what's going on?
Eastbound 70 delayed 8 minutes. Holt Road to Meridian, Illinois. Southbound 6570, 13-minute delay. North split down to the south split. On the east side, southbound 465. Stop and go traffic before 70 down to South Shadeland Avenue. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Make summer nights unforgettable with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get 50% off a stunning fire pit with their best stamped concrete patio package. Hurry, offer ends September 1st. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Some areas getting a little drizzle, little light rain. 70 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. And let's crank up a little damn nature, you scary.
The Hammer and Nigel Show.
Do you suppose we'll meet any wild animals?
Hey, baby, let's go out there like a bunch of crazy dogs. Have some fun.
The dingo ate your baby.
And now Hammer and Nigel proudly presents.
Damn, nature, you scary.
Lions.
And tigers. And bears.
Oh, my.
Back to school time around the country. Kiddos getting on the buses and heading into the schoolyard. Unfortunately, in Ashland, Massachusetts, there were a lot of yellow jackets around the kids.
Oh.
And shortly after 9 a.m., something ticked off the group of yellow jackets, and about 40 kids were stung.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. You don't want to make a yellow jacket mad.
No.
You don't even want to irritate it. You don't even want to just slightly annoy a yellow jacket.
Here is a local TV station in Boston.
Students getting off the bus outside of school Wednesday morning unknowingly disturbed an underground bee's nest.
A lot of kids were stoned.
The school's nursing staff and first responders began treating 40 students and a couple teachers.
A shocking number to have at once. Like I said, they were all inside. Most of them had localized reactions. We had a couple students, probably 4 to 5 stings.
Ashland Fire Chief Keith Roby says they're just thankful no one had a severe reaction.
Nobody was transported to the hospital. All the parents were contacted by the principal.
Exterminators were also called in to get rid of the nest. Cones now surrounding that area near the pickup line.
Anybody in here been stung by a yellow jacket or a wasp or something?
I've been stung by a wasp.
Ooh,
hurts.
Really?
Hurts.
Oh, damn. Was it just a single one, or did you disturb a nest?
Single one. Again,
oh, that sucks. I've never been stung by anything like that.
Anybody that's played football, tell me if you've had this happen. This is back in high school. You get down in your stance, right? And you got your quarterback, and he's barking out the signals, blue 42, like going through all the Peyton Manning stuff, right? Well, you can't move out of your stance. But then I saw a wasp get on my forearm. And I was like, oh, crap. Snap the ball. Snap the ball. I can at least smack it off and continue playing. But damn it, Bob.
But I got
Quarterback Bob wouldn't shut the hell up. And I think he's still up there barking Omaha. And I got stung by a freaking wasp on my arm.
At least you didn't get the penalty.
Right.
For moving.
Right.
False start, right?
I chose getting stung over having a penalty for a false start. But no, it's not pretty, man.
I've never been stung by anything like that. The most unusual thing, though, was I was floating out in the Gulf of America.
Yeah.
A year or two ago on a raft, and I was just sitting out there, and all of a sudden I feel a sharp sting on the crevice of my elbow where I bend, and there's a bee out there, and it stung me.
What the hell's he doing out there?
A bee landed in the Gulf of America and stung me. I'm like, you little bastard.
He chased you out there. He wanted a piece.
It hurt. Like, how in the hell, how does that happen? How do you make it? I was pretty far out, too.
How far was he willing to go to chase you just to give you a little justice?
Pretty far. Well, justice was mine because I ended up smashing the crap out of the guy and drowning him.
Plus, if it's a regular bee, don't they die after they sting you? Isn't that their farewell gift?
That's it, I guess.
Now, I don't know if that's true about the other, like wasps or hornets.
Wasps, you do it over and over and over again.
Yeah.
They're made for pain. I don't know what possible reason God came up with making wasps.
They're just the worst. Yeah. Like bees pollinate. Like we need bees. Like we need bees to make the ecosystem work. But wasps, they're just, they're the Clay Aiken of the bee world. It's like, why are you here? Nobody likes you. Ugh.
There's some people that like Clay Aiken. Come on.
Allison, you ever been stung by a bee or a wasp?
Yeah, bees and a mud dauber.
Oh, they look like hornets, but they're not.
They're like female wasps or something. But
they're big and they're scary.
They hurt.
Ooh.
Hurt.
Oh, man.
Never heard of a mud dauber.
Yeah, they totally look like hornets, but they're not.
No,
they're
worse.
big and they're scary. And according to Allison, they hurt. It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
We play fair in Indiana, but Washington insiders want to cheat. They want taxpayers to spend millions to redraw legislative maps approved just 4 years ago. That's not democracy. It's a power grab, and they're hoping you won't notice. Thankfully, some of our leaders are saying no to D.C. politics. Tell politicians Hoosiers don't cheat. Protect our votes and get back to focusing on our real problems. Join the team at playfairindiana.com. Paid for by Indiana Conservation Voters.
Hammer here from my friends at Diamonds Direct, Keystone at the Crossing on the north side. If you see the Green Bridge, you can't miss it. It's right next door. The biggest selection and the lowest prices. But did you know that if you buy an engagement ring right now at Diamonds Direct, they will give you the wedding band for free? Now, this deal is not going to last forever, so you need to hustle. So if you're getting off work this afternoon, maybe stop by, talk to one of the amazing representatives inside. Neve is the manager. He's awesome. The sales team, all of them. They are so good at what they do. I work with Chris. She's my rep. She is amazing. But talk to them about that opportunity. If you're thinking about popping the question, this is the deal you want. Buy that engagement ring. Get the wedding band for free. Diamonds Direct, North Side. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
Puccini's Pizza, Pasta, Puccini's. 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 Puccini's Pizza, Pasta, Puccini's.
Oh, let's go!
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu. My Computer Career, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
Has your house become a burden? Why not sell it to us? Simple Quarters is a local Christian company that loves to assist people in difficult situations. Simple Quarters has helped over 3,000 families sell their homes in Indiana.
Wanda's been in real estate. I've been in construction, so she would find properties that we could fix up and resell or rent.
Probably we've flipped about 40 houses. I don't want to do it anymore. Health is not good. We're in our early 80s. Sometimes you have to give it up.
James, he did a good job. James was very cordial and, like I say, responded to our phone calls and kept in contact with us. So he did a good job.
When I got the purchase agreement, and he did have things in there that was pertinent to me. It's important.
Yeah, James followed through on what he said. Did what he said he was going to do.
Yeah.
Other companies make broken promises, but at Simple Quarters, we keep our word. Sell your home to people you can trust. Call Simple Quarters at 317-900-HOME. 317-900-HOME.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recycler Studios,
You'll hear about yet another arrest this week at a town hall in Warwick County. A Greenfield mother says negligence is in treatment. Those stories coming up next. You're listening to 93 WIBC. WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It's 4 o'clock.
A chilling description of the killer in Minneapolis. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. Investigators they say the shooter who killed 2 young children, injuring 18 others as they prayed in church yesterday, had a heart full of hate.
The shooter left behind hundreds of pages of writings. Writings that describe the shooter's plan, writings that describe the shooter's mental state, and more than anything, writings that describe the shooter's hate. Pure, indiscriminate hate.
An acting U.S. attorney for Minnesota, Joe Thompson, says the shooter was obsessed with killing children.
I won't dignify the shooter's words by repeating them. They are horrific and vile. But in short, the shooter wanted to watch children suffer.
Thompson says the shooter also idolized other mass shooters. The Minneapolis police chief says a policy of locking the doors shortly after the mass began likely saved lives at Annunciation Church yesterday. He also confirms the shooter used to attend mass and school there and that the shooter's mother used to work for the parish. Police and the FBI also say there's been no evidence so far of anything that would have prohibited this killer from legally purchasing firearms. The White House defends the firing of the CDC director after a clash over vaccine policy.
White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt says the director of the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention was not aligned with President Trump's mission to make America healthy again.
The secretary asked her to resign. She said she would, and then she said she wouldn't, so the president fired her, which he has every right to do.
Attorneys for Susan Menares say she was targeted for refusing to rubber stamp unscientific and reckless directives. The dismissal triggered an exodus from the agency by several other senior officials.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House. The health secretary says the agency is in trouble and needs to be fixed. New highs on Wall Street. The Dow up 71 at the bell. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
A third arrest was made after the town hall event incident in Warwick County. Mostly cloudy and 70 degrees. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 4:02. The event featured Indiana Lieutenant Governor Micah Beckwith, where the crowd got mad, which led to several arrests, including Kelly Moore, who hit a deputy. She has a court hearing in 2 weeks, while the other 2 people arrested have their court dates early next month. Jarrett Lewis reports on what a Lawrence man did to get himself locked up for so long.
The sentencing for 22-year-old Jalen White being handed down this week. He was found guilty on 25 counts of charges relating to rape, domestic battery, and criminal confinement. His 42-year sentence will include 23 years spent at the Indiana Department of Correction. Court documents say a domestic incident occurred between White and a woman on September 6, 2024. The woman also told police that White had raped her. Evidence gathered during the investigation confirmed those claims. Marion County Prosecutor Ryan Mears said the verdict frees the survivor from unimaginable abuse. Jarrett Lewis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Police shot and killed a man during a traffic stop yesterday afternoon in Decatur County.
Officers spotted a vehicle that they believed to be involved in an incident last night in Ripley County that they had information about. They made a traffic stop on that vehicle. They believe the suspect from that incident was inside.
State Police Sergeant John Perrine says officers were searching for Travis Manleaf of Greensburg. He got out of the car and aimed a gun at them, and 3 officers returned fire. New buildings, investment, and a better atmosphere. That's what leaders in Richmond say they're striving in an initiative that they've started. The name of it is called Revitalize Richmond. One of the people leading it is Richmond's Director of Community Relations, Dakota Collins.
And so we want to be a part of the revitalization and just the overall efforts across the community, even outside of downtown.
He tells Inside Indiana Business that they're working with community partners like Earlham College to make that happen. It's valued at $100 million and spans over a 5-year period. WIBC News Time is 4:04. You've got traffic and weather coming in 1 minute.
Are you nearly maxed out on your credit cards? It doesn't matter if you're using your credit cards for fun or to survive. At the end of the month, your statements come in, and you can either pay them or you can't. If you can't, late fees and interest rates get tacked on. And now you're struggling just to make the minimum payment due. Do you feel trapped? Am I talking to you? Good, because I personally researched some companies that can help you. They may be able to reduce your credit card balances by 50% and stop the late fees. If you qualify, please call our special debt hotline number right now for a complimentary free 5-minute consultation. Deal with your credit card problem now before it gets much worse and put more money back in your pocket. Trust me, I've been there too. Call right now.
800-948-1659. 800-948-1659. 800-948-1659. That's 800-948-1659.
With traffic at 405, what's happening, Matt Bear?
Downtown, 22-minute delay on southbound 6570 from the north split down to the south split. Eastbound 70 delayed 6 minutes from Belmont into the south split. Northbound 65, 4-minute delay from South Keystone Avenue into the south split. And then we look at the east side, southbound 465 slows after 7274. Northbound 465 slow from East 56 up to I-69. Northwest side, northbound 465 tight from 86th Street up to 865. Traffic sponsored by Staples. Have you heard? The Staples Easy button is back with even more easy. Press it for custom prints, shipping services, even passport photos. Staples, that was easy. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Now the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
We're in for a dry, partly to mostly cloudy Thursday night as lows get down into the mid-50s. Friday will feature a nice end to the work week under mostly to partly sunny skies with highs in the mid-70s with dry air in place. By Friday evening and night, we're tracking beautiful conditions for high school football as the zone as temperatures fall into the 60s by Friday night. Saturday going into Labor Day weekend continues to be beautiful with highs in the mid-70s with plenty of sunshine. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
I'm Jake McDaniel on the level on the go and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock it! Hello, everybody. My name is Nigel. That's Jason Hammer right over there with a very special guest on the hotline.
Big story in the Washington Post earlier today about the final years, months of Colts owner Jim Irsay's life. One of the guys behind that report, sports investigative reporter from the Washington Post, Will Hobson, joins us. Will, before we dive into some of the interesting findings that you and your team of investigators found in regards to the late Colts owner, I'm just curious, was there any part of this process where you thought, should we be doing this? This guy's dead. Is this insensitive? You know what I'm saying? Was there any sort of moral situation at play here?
So, I mean, it's an important question, and it's certainly something we discussed. We never really strongly felt this wasn't newsworthy because from pretty early on in our reporting, we had information that there was a doctor, people were concerned that there was a doctor who'd been providing Mr. Irsay treatment that basically contributed to, if not directly led to his relapse. Wow. And this doctor's still out there practicing. So there are public service concerns. And then there was the component where, Mr. Irsay and the team operate this charity, Kicking the Stigma, and they publicly tout and champion transparency around addiction. And at the same time, they were misleading the public about what was actually occurring here.
Okay, so those are some important points that you bring up. What are some other key things that you discovered in this investigation? What are the things that stand out to you the most?
Well, basically, for the last 2 years of his life, unfortunately, Mr. Irsay was suffering from a pretty deep relapse to his addiction pain pills. And this wasn't a secret. This is well known by people around him. A lot of people saw him taking pain pills. And then in the final months of his life, he began getting ketamine injections, which is the same drug that ultimately contributed to the death of Hollywood actor Matthew Perry. And people who witnessed these injections were alarmed at how much ketamine Mr. Irsay was getting in the months before he died. And then finally, because of all that drug activity, there are concerns that authorities in California did not sufficiently investigate Mr. Irsay's death. The doctor who was giving him these drugs basically signed the death certificate and said it was natural causes. But, according to experts we interviewed who reviewed the case here, unless you do an autopsy, there's just no way to know for sure that someone actually dies of cardiac arrest due to pneumonia and not, something else.
Let's back up here just a little bit. When did this story first land on your radar? I mean, obviously, we here in Indianapolis, it was a huge story when Mr. Irsay passed away. Huge Colts fans, obviously. He did not look very well in the past couple of years. He's 65 years old, but looked twice his age. We knew something was going on when he passed away. I probably speculated it had something to do with what you wrote about in your report. When did this land on your radar, and how long did it take for you to finally feel comfortable putting it out there?
Well, I mean, we started looking into it immediately after Mr. Irsay passed because, I mean, given his public history, we thought, my colleague Sam Fortier pulled a death certificate, just assuming, well, there had to have been an autopsy, so let's see what the autopsy and toxicology showed. And, and right off the jump, there were some red flags here. He's only 65 years old. He dies in a hotel in California, and there's no autopsy and no toxicology workup. And the doctor who signs the death certificate is his regular doctor, but it's not his specialty is addiction recovery. He's not care for that's unusual. We started calling as many people as we could around Mr. Irsay, and it didn't take long for us to get to some people who told us what had actually been happening.
Will Hobson is our guest. He is with the Washington Post, part of the group that put this story out on Jim Irsay earlier today. When you put a story out like this, I think some people are probably going to come at you and question and ask, various different things. You had to be very careful. You went through and checked with a lot of people. You had documents. You mentioned earlier you went back and looked at the death certificate. Like, how much time and energy does it take just to make sure you've got all your ducks in a row here?
I mean, it's very time-consuming and expensive, and luckily, we work at the Washington Post, one of the few news outlets that still funds investigative journalism in the sports world. But myself and two colleagues, Albert Sama and Sam Fortier, we've been spending basically every day since Mr. Irsay passed in late May working on this. So you're talking 3 months, 3 of us full-time. Albert spent some time in Beverly Hills and Indianapolis. I spent some time out in Indianapolis. And, we're finally ready to publish this week.
And so is this investigation closed with the police, with the doctor and this addiction specialist who was prescribing opiates to Mr. Irsay? Is this, I mean, are we at the end of this thing?
I mean, at the moment, yeah. At the moment, the investigation in Beverly Hills is closed. There are multiple law enforcement agencies that could potentially have jurisdiction here if they want to open an investigation. That's something we're monitoring. But this is the same jurisdiction, federal jurisdiction, I believe, that did the Matthew Perry the charges in connection with his passing. So we'll see. That is something that we're following. But as of right now, as far as we're aware, there are no active law enforcement investigations relating to Mr. Irsay's passing.
And, well, one of the things that's interesting to me is, okay, there were 3 separate overdoses in the final 5 years of Jim Irsay's life, according to the report here. We were familiar with the Carmel home one in December of 2023. I believe that's the one that Jim Irsay spoke to HBO and Real Sports about with Andrea Kramer. So I think a lot of people were familiar with that. But if I understand your reporting correctly, 12 days after that incident, there was another one?
Correct. So to be clear, that the Carmel one was not the one that he mentioned to Andrea Kramer, because his interview with Andrea Kramer was a few months before the Carmel overdose.
Okay.
So the timeline is he has this interview with Andrea Kramer in September. He's in the midst of a relapse at this point. He's taking opioid pills. People who were with him that day believe he was intoxicated when he's talking to Andrea Kramer. He mentions an overdose in that interview, but no date. And then December 8th, he has the overdose home that has been reported. And then 12 days later, there's a second overdose outside Miami in a place called the St. Regis Resort in Bell Harbor, Florida. And one of the key detail about that overdose, that occurs 2 days after another police incident involving Mr. Irsay. He has a nurse who basically tries to cut him off from his pills. He fires her and calls the police and says, take her away. She tells the police, this is in a report, he's taking his pills too quickly. I can't in good faith give him back this medicine. The cops give him back his pills, and 48 hours later, he's overdosing again.
What I know you're not a doctor, but I know you've done thorough research. Where does ketamine come into all this, and what is that supposed to do for somebody who's taking opioids? Is that slowly supposed to, like, counter effect that drug as you're coming off opioids? The doctor's giving you ketamine, but I couldn't imagine taking 10 to 14 injections a day would do you any good.
So ketamine, it's only approved as an anesthetic. You take it like in the hospital to knock you out. But it has in recent years become an in vogue treatment for depression, and there is some research that suggests it's useful for folks with severe depression. And you can get it in an IV. You can go to a ketamine clinic. That's where Matthew Perry started taking ketamine. You go to a clinic, get hooked up to an IV, and take it. And that is supported by sound medicine. Where there is real no sound medicine is its use with substance abuse patients. What experts have told us is if you're going to use it with a substance abuse patient, even if you're treating their depression, if they have a substance abuse issue, you got to be really careful because ketamine is addictive. You're giving an addict an addictive drug. And then also separately, Mr. Irsay had a heart condition. Ketamine is a risky drug to give to heart patients because it can cause your blood pressure and your heart rate to surge. And it can cause cardiac arrest, which is ultimately what Mr. Irsay actually passed away from, according to the death certificate.
And go back to something you said earlier, because that's the first time I had heard the nurse incident where Jim Irsay was getting a little lippy with the nurse, and the nurse was concerned. Do you know if the family, his daughters specifically, who are running the Colts organization now, were they aware of all this kind of stuff?
I don't know to what degree they definitely were aware that Mr. Irsay was in a relapse, and they definitely were aware of these overdoses. And so when Kaylin Jackson, as we report, when she's on the Pat McAfee show in March of 24 at the NFL owner meetings, her dad is hospitalized, recovering from an overdose, and she's very careful in what she says. She says, he's getting better. I'll let him speak to his medical issues, but he's got a long road. So I think the daughters knew, and so that that raises questions about their the statements they signed off on from the team, and then also the handling of his death. As far as we're aware of, there was no autopsy, no toxicology workup, and if the daughters had wanted an autopsy, if they really wanted to know what caused their father's death, they could have asked for that. But it looks like from the records we've seen, they did not.
Have you heard from any of the family members, Will?
I mean, we have a statement from we made efforts to interview the Mr. Irsay's daughters. We have a statement from them. I mean, they essentially, we quote the statement in the story. It's been passed around in media also. They ultimately say that they're respecting their father's privacy. They don't. They suggest there are some things to dispute in our story, but they don't tell us what they are. And they appear to be basically want to let the story rest where it is.
And the addiction special, finally, before we let you go, this addiction specialist who was prescribing Irsay opioid painkillers, as you reported in your story, he's still operating. What can you tell us about this guy, and where is he?
So Dr. Harry Haratunian is still practicing in the Palm Springs area. He is a luxury addiction specialist. And
what is a luxury? What does that mean?
Well compensated, I believe.
Okay. Okay.
And he spoke to my colleague Albert briefly. Basically said he couldn't get into details because of medical privacy of the treatment he provided Jim. And then he and his attorney have not responded to a number of emails we sent after that interview.
And so it does. The word enablers comes to mind here. It does seem like Mr. Irsay had some enablers surrounding.
Those are the concerns that were expressed by the people that we were speaking with who were witnessing all this behavior.
We have shared your story on our Twitter at Hammer and Nigel. Will Hobson of the Washington Post, sports investigative reporter. Will, fascinating stuff. This story's been a lightning rod here in Indianapolis. I'm sure you're getting embedded with tons of feedback as well. We appreciate you taking the time to join us, though.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
You got it.
Wow.
All right, Matt Bear on Friday. I think we're going to need to talk about this just a little bit when you join us. But for right now, let's just focus on what's happening on the roads.
You got it. I'm making notes right now, actually. Northbound 65, stop traffic from 465 up to 71st Street, and we're keeping an eye on that. East side southbound 465, stop and go from 70 down to 74. Westbound 70 slows after rural into the north split, then southbound 65, 70, 10-minute construction delay because traffic and construction. Eastbound 70, stop and go Belmont to the south split. Southbound 65, northbound 65, both slow. Keystone Avenue to the south split because of construction crash. Meridian Street at 43rd. Traffic sponsored by Aleve. Traffic and body pain can slow you down, but don't let the pain stop you. With just one pill, Aleve provides up to 12 hours of pain relief so you can keep moving. Use as directed. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
All right, curious as to what you think. Because, again, the feedback on this story, it's all over the place.
That was fascinating.
Let us know.
That was really
your perspective here.
And he didn't. The author of that piece didn't seem to have a problem whatsoever with coming forward with the private information that I'm sure Irsay's family didn't want out there.
Listen, he owns everything, man, and sounds like he's done the legwork. Now, full transparency, if the Irsay family wants to come on our program and say what was wrong with that story, they've got an open microphone here too. But yeah, I'm curious as to what you guys think. Hit us up on the YouTube chat or tweet at us at Hammer and Nigel. Facebook, Instagram, we're easy to find. You can email us, hammerandnigel@wibc.com, and text. The texting is up. Text 317-239-9393. Share your thoughts on what you just heard from that Washington Post reporter's Jim Irsay investigation. Fascinating stuff. All right, 70 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. Is this anything next?
This back-to-school season, we know you have enough on your mind. That's why Hubler's got you and your family covered for 100,000 miles. Now through Labor Day, shop over 2,000 vehicles at any of our 13 convenient locations. Buy with zero down. Choose from all makes and models. Certified, luxury, even the hard-to-find ones. Yes, zero down delivers. Plus, we'll pay top dollar for your trade. Bring us your old car for an immediate appraisal on the spot. So head back to school in a Hubler Q certified vehicle with a free Carfax history report and a 128-point vehicle inspection. Hubler's got you covered. For 100,000 miles, visit drivehubler.com or any of our 13 convenient locations and spend less on back to school. Through Labor Day, zero down delivers at Hubler. Cover me! Select models approved grant warranty on select models less than 9 years old.
Sometimes an identity threat is a ring of professional hackers. And sometimes it's an overworked accountant who forgot to encrypt their connection while sending bank details.
I need a coffee.
And you need LifeLock, because your info is in endless places. It only takes one mistake to expose you to identity theft. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
An official message from Medicare.
I'm saving money on my Medicare prescriptions. Maybe you can save too. With Medicare's Extra Help program, my premium is zero and my out-of-pocket costs are low. Who should apply? Single people making less than $24,000 a year or married couples who make less than $32,000. Even if you don't think you qualify, it pays to find out.
Go to ssa.gov/extrahelp. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Road trip! This summer at Tire Discounters, your tires are your passport to savings, because you're driving to Paris,
Texas,
then it's off to Rome,
Georgia,
and you'll be kissing the Blarney Stone in Dublin,
Ohio!
Right now, save up to $404 when you buy 4 tires, and that includes a free alignment and oil change. Stop at Tire Discounters before you see the world.
Bet365 is paying out before the final whistle.
Check out Bet365's unrivaled early payout offer.
When you bet on a team to win and they take a 17-point lead, you get paid no matter the final score. Forget the final whistle and start counting that cash. Hold up. You get early payout on parlays, too.
Download the app and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Indiana. T&Cs apply.
Join the Home and Garden Show Saturday in Anderson at Anderson Speedway, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. as they preview Saturday evening's Night of Thrills at Anderson Speedway.
This hour on 93 WIBC, powered by Pierce Jewelers and Carmel, designers of fine custom jewelry.
Hammer and Nigel presents
It depends upon what the meaning of the word is.
Is this anything? All right, let's rock and roll.
Brought to you by Indiana Unclaimed, a program presented by the Attorney General's office here in Indiana. Reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every single week. Fast, easy, and free to search. See if you got any money floating around out there. IndianaUnclaimed.gov.
All right, Allison, I'm going to see if you can guess the mood music here, okay? Take a listen. Ever heard this?
Not at all. No.
Nothing.
I don't know.
Skid Row?
Sebastian Bach?
Yeah.
Lead singer?
Sebastian Bach? Sounds like a classical artist. Like a
Descendant, I believe.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't
really?
know that. No.
There you go. I was right.
I don't know.
I think we're right.
But
definitely a big 80s band.
Okay.
80s rock band.
Yeah,
for sure.
former frontman of Skid Row, Sebastian Bach, is slamming so-called vocal experts that post on YouTube and critique his style of singing when he's live in concert. Here's a little bit of the the former Skid Row frontman's rant.
Guys that call themselves vocal experts or vocal instructors, and these idiots watch a video of me on stage like at Wembley Stadium in 100-degree weather, and they'll sit in their chair. You have no clue what the hell it is that I do. It's just so funny that people think that they know how to get on a stage and rock for an hour and a half or 2 hours. It's a dying art.
Well, and the other thing is you have to stop paying attention to the so-called experts, these singing critics.
Right.
On YouTube. Why is Sebastian Bach, who, I mean, let's face it, I mean, it's not a huge superstar, but at his height of its popularity with Skid Row was
had two mega hits, right?
Giant.
18 in Life and I Will Remember You, which we just played.
Youth Gone Wild.
Yeah, okay, yep.
And he's a personality, too. He's made cameos on Trailer Park Boys, which are hilarious. He's a wild guy, man. I played the hell out of I Will Remember You.
Oh, yeah.
I love that song.
80s power ballad, man.
I mean, that is the definition of a power ballad right there.
He did a reality show with John Rich about trying to turn a pop star into a country music singer a number of years ago.
Did he really?
Yeah, it was Bach. It was like Enrique Iglesias and a bunch of other random people. And the whole point of the show was to see who they could turn into a country music singer. He did pretty well in it. I don't know if he won it or not, but it was some... I don't know if it was on VH1 or, the Country Channel.
But he's got one of those, as you could tell by the mood music that Allison opened up the clip with. I mean, he's got one of those singers that has a really high register. But the older you get,
right,
obviously, the harder it is to sing in that pitch, as we've seen with David Lee Roth on stage recently going around social media.
David Lee Roth was rough up in Gary. And I hate that, but I mean... Hell, he's old. Like, he's an old dude.
Got old balls.
Vince Neil of Motley Crue. Like, he just mails it in. He doesn't even know half the lyrics up there anymore. And they're supposed to be doing a Las Vegas residency coming up. I'm telling you, if you haven't been to Vegas lately, they're going to charge you an arm and a leg, and you're going to go up there and see some big fat hog that looks like Sally Struthers just mouthing the words and having the crowd sing along to it. You're not getting your money's worth with that, and I hate that. Now, I will say this for old dudes.
Yeah.
AC/DC still brought it. Like those
I was going to
dudes.
say, yeah, you just saw them a couple months ago.
Yeah.
And they're getting slammed on social media, but you have the opposite opinion.
Yeah, when I watched that show, I didn't feel like they were up there embarrassing themselves. Like, do they sound like they did in the 80s? Probably not. But Brian Johnson still hits those grunting sounds, and Angus is still running around there doing like the kick walk and all that stuff. They still got it. David Lee Roth and Gary, different story. Real quick, let's do one more here. A high school football ref in Alabama is being called a hero for doing CPR and saving another referee who collapsed at a game last week.
Oh, crap.
A ref named Joey Shellnut had just placed the ball at the 25 when he just dropped to the ground and stopped moving. And then the other ref, Lou Murphy, immediately ran over, started pumping his chest, and he pulled it off.
I remember spotting the ball, and I came up, and I thought that I may have came up too fast. I felt a little woozy, lightheaded for 3 to 4 seconds, but it went away. And then after that, I don't remember anything. They say I collapsed on the field.
Oh, wow.
I mean, they said I had died twice.
Yeah, that's something. That's scary. I mean, you never know when that kind of thing is coming, do you? And you just only hope and pray that another ref who knew immediately what to do, ran out and started giving him chest compressions.
Right.
Could you imagine just being out there and doing your job and then blacking out and you're dead?
Haven't seen a lifeless performance from an Alabama person on a football field since they went into Tennessee last year and got beat by the Volunteers, baby.
No.
It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Gunfire at a Minneapolis Catholic school. Mostly cloudy and 72 degrees on Monument Circle. Tonight's low 55. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 4:32. It happened yesterday where 2 people were killed and around 20 were injured. Vice President J.D. Vance is in Wisconsin.
Murdering people, armed robberies, carjackings are bad. Wouldn't it be nice if the Democrats just worked a little across the aisle for once?
Robin Westman did not have a criminal record or a past of mental health issues. Indianapolis's Public Safety Committee will make a recommendation to the City County Council next month. Ryan Hedrick reports.
Democratic Councilor Krista Carlino called fining parents predatory and voted no. Republican Councilor Michael Paul Hart has the opposite opinion.
Right, it's aimed at the parent. It's put in there to be preventative. It's so people know that when you get that letter the first time, there's an awareness to this is what could happen.
The meeting came a couple of months after 2 teenagers were killed downtown, hours after 4th of July fireworks lit up the sky. Ryan Hedrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
New buildings, investment, and a better atmosphere. That's what leaders in Richmond say they're striving in an initiative that they've started. John Herrick reports.
The name of it is called Revitalize Richmond, and one of the people leading it is Richmond's Director of Community Relations, Dakota Collins.
And so we want to be a part of the revitalization and just the overall efforts across the community, even outside of downtown.
He tells Inside Indiana Business that they're working with community partners like Earlham College to make that happen. It's valued at $100 million, and it spans over a 5-year period. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And the average price for gas in Indiana is $3.35, says Gas Buddy. That's up 14 cents from the national average, up 19 cents from last week, and up 30 cents from last month. And now for your WIBC Closing Bell report. At the closing bell, the Dow Jones Industrial Average gained 71 points to 45,636. The S&P 500 rose by 20 points to 6,501, and the NASDAQ went up by 115 points to 21,705. News time is 4:34. Your traffic and weather coming up in 1 minute.
Has your house become a burden? Why not sell it to us? Simple Quarters is a local Christian company that loves to assist people in difficult situations. Simple Quarters has helped over 3,000 families sell their homes in Indiana.
Wanda's been in real estate. I've been in construction, so she would find properties that we could fix up and resell or rent.
Probably we've flipped about 40 houses. I don't want to do it anymore. Health is not good. We're in our early 80s. Sometimes you have to give it up.
James, he did a good job. James was very cordial and, like I say, responded to our phone calls and then kept in contact with us. So he did a good job.
When I got the purchase agreement, and he did have things in there that was pertinent to me. It's important.
Yeah, James followed through on what he said. Did what he said he was going to do.
Yeah.
Other companies make broken promises, but at Simple Quarters, we keep our word. Sell your home to people you can trust. Call Simple Quarters at 317-900-HOME. 317-900-HOME.
With traffic now, here's Matt Bear.
Stall on the exit ramp. Northbound 65 to West Street. The ramp is open, partially blocked. Inbound 65, stop and go traffic, 21st Street to Meridian Pad, and southbound 65, 70 jams from the north split to the south split because of construction. And then looking at eastbound 70, that's stop and go traffic right now. Belmont into the south split, 4 6-minute delay. East side southbound 465 grinding from 70 to 74, 9-minute delay. Northbound lane slow, 70 up to I-69. Northwest side stop and go traffic on northbound 465, 79 to 865, and a crash, Meridian at 43rd. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Make summer nights unforgettable with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get 50% off a stunning fire pit with their best stamped concrete patio package. Hurry, offer ends September 1st. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Now your American Standard Cooling Weather Center forecast.
We're in for a dry, partly to mostly cloudy Thursday night as lows get down into the mid-50s. Friday will feature a nice end to the work week under mostly to partly sunny skies with highs in the mid-70s with dry air in place. By Friday evening and night, we're tracking beautiful conditions for high school football as the zone as temperatures fall into the 60s by Friday night. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
I'm Jake McDaniel on the level on the go and on WIBC.com.
Kids and I last night were enjoying our outdoor furniture, Berlin Gardens, on the swivel chairs. We were having fun watching the puppy run around in the front yard. Loved the furniture at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus. Lazy Boys recliners, Smith Brothers sofas, Flex Steel reclining sectionals, Tempur-Pedic beds, which we have, Sealy or Stearns & Foster mattresses. And don't forget, Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus offering unmatched customer service. In fact, they got my grandmother a sectional for $2,000 less than the indie stores. And they didn't price it any different just because she's my grandma. That's how much cheaper Thompson Furniture and Mattress is when you come to their store in Columbus.
And when a service issue arises, they're just a phone call away. They deliver and set up for free within 75 miles of their store in Columbus. That alone will save you some money. Did we mention the best price, the biggest selection? They guarantee the best price on everything they sell. Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus.
I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Oh, yeah, baby. I'm jacked up, Nigel.
Are you really? Because the Indiana Supreme Court has set a tentative execution date.
Woo!
That's what we're getting excited about here?
I'm strutting around here like Ric Flair right now hearing this news. Let's go.
I know we have the football this weekend. You got the Degenerates podcast out, and you're excited about the pending execution.
Do you know how I feel when bad guys finally meet their maker?
I certainly do.
And, man, we're doing it again. It took a while, but these scumbags that have been sitting on Indiana death row for a long time without any appeals, we're finally offing these dudes. Good. This is a good thing. This guy's such a scumbag, he was given the death penalty twice. In his first trial, which they said, all right, Roy Lee Ward, you are guilty, you get the death penalty. They appealed it, and there was some sort of issue where he had to have another trial. Okay, another trial comes around, and he gets the death penalty again. So we got 2 on this cat. Let's kill him. Let's go.
When do we have a date?
October 10th.
Ooh.
Before sunrise on October 10th. Normally these things happen like either right after midnight or like around 1, 2, 3 in the morning. But that is when it goes down. This was the guy that raped and murdered a 15-year-old girl back in 2001. He was waiting for the parents to leave, and he knocked on the door and said he was looking for his dog or something.
Just evil.
She lets the guy in, and that's when the heinous acts took place. So, yeah, they can't take this guy's breath away fast enough. The only regret I have is that we haven't passed any legislation in the state that allows media to sit there and cover it and watch this scumbag take his last breath. Because the thing that pissed me off about Benjamin Ritchie being executed, the Beech Grove cop killer, is that the only people that can watch it are the victims and like the any family and friends of the deceased. No media. So his lawyer goes out there, this was a debacle. This was unacceptable. This was a disaster. He was struggling. This is inhumane. Total bullcrap, by the way.
Well.
Right. Don't threaten me with a good time.
Right. You're not going to get me to feel sorry for you.
Right. But if you have media that are allowed to cover these things fairly, have, IBC, have NPR, have Channel 13, have Channel 8. Have somebody there from the news stations so they can cover this thing fairly so you avoid bullcrap statements like Benjamin Ritchie's lawyer. That's why this is important. And I'm trying to work with some local lawmakers here on making this something that gets voted on at the State House.
Oh, that'd be incredible. Look at you, Guy Relford, over here writing up bills.
We're working on it, man. It's just that rubbed me the wrong way. And I feel like this is something that can bring everybody together. The Democrats, the ones that are against the death penalty, they can look at this as, all right, at least if we're going to have this, we're going to get transparency. We can see for ourselves what's going on. And then for the other side, the people like me, we can go tell our stories on the air. And maybe, just maybe, it discourages, even if it's just one person, from doing a heinous act. I don't want to get the death penalty.
How much would you pay to be the person that pushes the button to make the chemicals go in?
Oh, man. At least $5,000. The most I've ever bid for something was a silent auction to benefit the police. It was a Christmas gift. And that was over $5,000.
Woo!
But if I knew I could kill somebody, at least that, probably more. So
it's gotten real dark all of a sudden here in the studio.
And I wonder if they will let me bring my phone in. If I can't have my execution network.
Do a selfie.
Right.
Do it live on Facebook.
Facebook Live of me hitting all systems go and then watching that dude just get the needle. Oh, it'd be beautiful. Man, I'm a romantic.
You are.
So there are 70 Guinness World Records that have not been attempted that are in the book. So the Guinness Book of World Records, it's been around for ever, right? Since I was a kid.
I think it just turned 70.
I remember seeing the fat guys on the back of the book and riding the mopeds, remember?
Yeah, oh yeah. So that's why they're doing this. There's 70 that have not been attempted in its 70th birthday.
So I'm going to read some of these, and you tell me if, whether it be you, myself, you and I, maybe Allison in the mix, if we could break any of these records, okay?
Okay.
Most anchovies eaten in 1 minute. I feel like Joey Chestnut could probably do that.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he's probably in there already.
You got to eat anchovies, though, is the problem.
He's like, I got the hot dogs. I'm good. Longest marathon playing air guitar session. Now, I could see a, quote, mandatory Metallica session from Nigel where we stream him just like 2 nights in a row. Just, drinking Red Bulls and taking shots of whiskey, just getting loose on the air guitar. How about this? This is a record that's still open. Most high fives in 30 seconds.
We could do that.
Well, I don't know.
Me and you could do that. Most high fives?
Yeah. 30 seconds.
You want to time us?
Allison, can you get a timer out? I'm going to walk over here to Nige. We're going to try to break this record. I mean, it's not a record. We don't have to break anything, I guess.
I was gonna say the bar's pretty low, so
just most high fives, and then we can submit it.
in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
One hand, two, or just...
Yeah, just one hand. Okay.
Ready? Go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
Wow.
10,
Two
40,
grown
1,
men
2,
just
3,
giving each
4,
other
5,
high
6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
fives.
50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
And I get to sit here witnessing it.
How much time?
They're only halfway through.
6, 7, 8, 9, 80, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
90.
I kind of hope one of them misses it and
100.
hits their face, but we'll see.
10,
Really great radio, though.
20.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Oh. Woo!
I got us at 143.
Okay.
143?
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty good.
I
Okay.
drink a lot, but I'm pretty sure I counted that.
Submit that to the Guinness book. That's your job this week.
Okay.
Submit
I'll
that.
get right on
Send
that.
clip that footage, because it's on the YouTube.
Yep.
And clip
Real time.
it, and then send that to them, please.
Will do. So proud right
God,
now.
that took a lot. I'm got my exercise for the day.
Like, I'm out of breath. How much of a fat bastard am I that I'm completely out of breath right now? It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
Everybody knows Hubler's got the best warranty around. 10 years, 200,000 miles. But did you know? Now you can get that same limited powertrain warranty on new Toyotas. Introducing the all-new Hubler Toyota. Get grand opening savings all month long. And right now, lease a new 2025 RAV4, just $349 per month. Or a new Tacoma, $299 per month. Plus, choose from Camrys, Corollas, Highlanders, Tundras, and more.
Hubler's got you covered.
At the all-new Hubler Toyota on US 31 South in Indianapolis. Visit HublerToyota.com. Grand opening savings and the best warranty around. 10 years, 200,000 miles.
Cover me.
Select models, approved credit, plus tax, tag, title, license, 249 dealer doc, RAV4 model 4432, Tacoma model 7540, 36 months, $29.99 due, 0 security, 10,000 annual miles, 15 cents per mile thereafter, expires 9/1.
Hammer here from my friends at Diamonds Direct, Keystone at the Crossing, right by the Green Bridge. And if you are looking for the ultimate piece of jewelry, Diamonds Direct has it. Let's just say, I don't know, you've set the Guinness World Record for most high fives, and you want to buy somebody a celebratory ring. Nobody's going to give you a better deal than Diamonds Direct. Direct is the key word because they eliminate the middleman. They get their diamonds direct from the source, and they pass the savings on to you. Now, on the subject of rings, guys, check this out. Right now, if you buy an engagement ring at Diamonds Direct, you get the wedding band for free. But time is a factor. Don't wait. If you're hearing this right now, get in your car, go to Diamonds Direct, walk in that beautiful showroom, and ask one of the staff members about it today, because this sale will end soon. Diamonds Direct, tell them Hammer from Hammer and Nigel sent you.
Fall is approaching, and Sundown Gardens is ready to help you. Visit the Garden Center for all things fall and shop the Labor Day weekend sale. Now at Sundown Gardens, save 20% on all trees and shrubs and 30% off on all pottery. These are the deals you just don't want to miss. Get ahead on the fall planning, add some color with high-quality pottery, and ensure your property is beautiful for the fall season ahead. Sundown Gardens on the corner of 186th Street and Spring Mill Road in Westfield, closed on Labor Day, sundown.gardens.com.
Well, summer's still hot, and so are the deals at Tom Roush Lincoln. Right now, get 0% for up to 48 months on 2025 Lincoln Aviator and Nautilus, or 0.9% for 72 months on 2025 Grand Touring Corsair. Or how about a $50,000 Lincoln Corsair from just $499 per month? So come get one of those hot summer deals at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers.
MSRP $52.20, 36-month term, $2,500 due at signing, $499 a month, 10,500 miles per year. Good through 8/31/25.
Buying a diamond has changed. There are mined and lab-grown diamonds. Pierce Jewelers carries both. Pierce can educate you and save your hard-earned money. Shop local, shop smart, shop Pierce Jewelers.
The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Hammer and Nigel to 46220 or visit indianaunclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
Summer nights unforgettable with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get 50% off a stunning fire pit with their best stamped concrete patio package. Offer ends September 1st. IndyDecorativeConcrete.com.
Snap it. Send it. Hear it. Your photos, your video, your voice on WIBC. Join the text club by texting WIBC to 317-239-9393.
All right. We got tickets to go see Billy Idol and Joan Jett. We're going to play a fun little game, but you have to be caller number 9 right now. 239-9393. That's the number. 239-9393. Billy Idol, Joan Jett and the Blackhearts this Saturday. Don't call if you can't go to the show. But if you want tickets and you want to go, caller number 9, 239-9393. Matt Bear.
Southbound 6570 delayed 5 minutes. North split down to the south split because of construction. Northbound 65 downtown. That's a stall. The exit to West Street. The ramp is open, just partially blocked. Inbound 65 stop and go 21st to Meridian Pad. Eastbound 70 delayed 7 minutes from Belmont into the south split. Now on the south side, eastbound 465 stop and go Kentucky to the White River, and again from I-69 over to Emerson. South side northbound lanes of 65 stop and go traffic. Southport Road up to 465, and again before Raymond into the south split. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Make summer nights unforgettable with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get 50% off a stunning fire pit with their best stamped concrete patio package. Hurry! Offer ends September 1st. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Nudge, you know what we always say about Governor Braun when he comes in here, right? There's always going to be somebody, why didn't you ask him about property taxes? Like, we have brought up property taxes in every single interview.
Ad nauseum.
At Hammer and Nigel from Love America, really disappointed you didn't put Braun's feet to the fire on property taxes. Thanks, love.
Yeah.
Right now,
Whatever.
sunshine, 74 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center, and it's time to play Billy Idol or Billy Bob Thornton.
And now, time to play Billy Idol or Billy Bob Thornton.
Pants are awful baggy. You got anything in there?
Yeah, my you want to see it?
Billy Idol or Billy Bob Thornton on the Hammer and Nigel show.
I reckon I'll have me some of the bacon.
Caller number 9 was Aaron. Aaron, what's going on?
Hey, how are you doing, fellas?
Good. So, here's the game. I'm going to read you a statement. It will either be something that has been said by rock legend Billy Idol or something that's been said by Hollywood actor Billy Bob Thornton. You get 2 out of 3. We're going to give you these concert tickets for Saturday night, okay?
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Number 1. In the midnight hour, she cried more, more, more. Billy Idol or Billy Bob Thornton?
That's Billy Idol.
That is Billy Idol. All right.
Wow.
Get one more right here. We're going to throw ourselves a party.
This guy's good.
Billy Idol or Billy Bob Thornton? I loved a woman who wasn't clean.
Billy Bob Thornton.
That's it. There we go.
Oh, man.
Little bad Santa for you right there. Mrs. Santa? No, it was her sister. Aaron, congratulations. Stay on the line, and Miss Allison will set you up with those tickets, okay?
Wonderful.
Thanks, buddy.
You got it. And we'll have another pair to give away after 6 o'clock today, okay? After 6, the last pair of Billy Idol tickets, so make sure you're listening to our program. A couple of women had driven over 100 miles from Sacramento to Santa Cruz when they stopped. They heard a kitten meowing. They couldn't find it in the car. They were looking around the car. They kept hearing this kitten. So they took it to a body shop. Here they are, along with the mechanic, who spent 7 hours searching for and freeing the kitty.
I just couldn't believe that this car drove 4 hours and there was this little kitten still alive in it.
And I said, oh my gosh, I hear it.
It just became kind of like this mission. After several hours of searching through this vehicle, lo and behold was this amazing little kitten that came out crying like a banshee.
I just sat on the floor with her and fed her, and then she like hissed at me and then just laid her whole head into my hand and just laid there and was purring, and that was it.
So are you, they named it Rover, by the way, because they were driving in a Range Rover. I don't know why it takes 7 hours to find an animal within the...
It would have came to my mind after I looked around my car, then it's got to be in the engine somewhere.
Yeah,
right?
somewhere else, something like that.
Like it's got to be in there somewhere.
No, they adopted the cat. Are you adopting the cat, or are you taking it straight to the shelter and moving on with your road trip?
Yeah, I'm probably taking it straight to the shelter. The way I feel, I've saved its life, right?
Yeah.
So it can survive on its own a little bit now. My house is full.
It survived 4 hours right around in the engine of a Range Rover.
That's right. That's right. Man, that's impressive. Didn't Jake Query have that happen? Didn't he find a cat in his car and didn't know what to do with it? He was like soliciting people on air for it.
Really? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I know a bunch of little bastard squirrels gotten into my engine in my man van and ate them all to hell. I barely made it to mechanics before I had to spend $300 to have them replace all the wiring that they chewed up. They thought it was food.
They were just looking after you. They thought it was embarrassing you were driving the man van, and they were trying to eliminate you from humiliating yourselves anymore.
Hadn't thought about it like that.
Top stories coming up next.
Everybody knows Hubler's got the best warranty around. 10 years, 200,000 miles. But did you know? Now you can get that same limited powertrain warranty on new Toyotas. Introducing the all-new Hubler Toyota. Get grand opening savings all month long. And right now, lease a new 2025 RAV4, just $349 per month. Or a new Tacoma, $299 per month. Plus, choose from Camrys, Corollas, Highlanders, Tundras, and more.
Hubler's got you covered.
At the all-new Hubler Toyota on US 31 South in Indianapolis. Visit HublerToyota.com. Grand opening savings and the best warranty around. 10 years, 200,000 miles.
Cover me!
Select models, approved credit, plus tax, tag, title, license, 249 dealer doc, RAV4 model 4432, Tacoma model 7540, 36 months, $29.99 due, 0 security, 10,000 annual miles, 15 cents per mile thereafter, expires 9/1.
Garage door problems? Call today for service today. Garage Doors of Indianapolis services all makes of garage doors 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call today for service today. 875-4577. Call today for service today. Get it fixed right now. Call Garage Doors of Indianapolis at 875-4577 or visit doorstoday.com.
In the morning, call 875-4577. Service today. Today.
Let's go. You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you?
Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe, all great writers. And after reading your book, I simply must add you to the list.
Wait, you don't have a book yet. So make a free call to Page Publishing. Turn your book idea into publishing gold.
800-215-6818. 800-215-6818. That's 800-215-6818.
My mom just found the best place ever. Wilson's Farm Market. They've got the best ice cream, in tons of flavors like butter pecan, orange pineapple, but my favorite is the old-fashioned vanilla. And the candy? Whoa. There's a whole wall of it. Gummies, chocolates, giant jawbreakers, even old-school stuff my grandma loves. It's like a candy wonderland. And they let me pick out my own bag? Yes! Wilson's is just 20 minutes north of Carmel. Tell your crew it's time for a sweet road trip. Wilson Farm Market, you gotta go!
According to Zillow, Indy is number 2 among 2025's hottest markets. Home values have risen. Now is the time to sell. You want an expert real estate agent who knows the market. You want Mark Deedle. It was time for Dan and Casey to downsize. They needed to sell their old house quickly for full value. Mark made it happen. They got their asking price in a few weeks without any repairs and appraisal.
And what separates Mark Deedle from the competition is the guarantee. Why would you work with somebody else when you get this guarantee from Mark Deedle? Mark Deedle, guarantees your home sold at a mutually agreed upon price and deadline, or he will buy it. That's right, he will buy it. You pick the move date, no long-term contracts. You can cancel at any time. All you have to do is get a hold of Mark Dietl. He'll answer any question you have, 317-755-4232, or go online, markdietl.com. That's Mark, D-I-E-T-E-L, markdietl.com.
Your one blood donation can help save the lives of up to 3 people. Give blood through the American Red Cross to help hospital patients. Visit redcrossblood.org today.
Broadcasting from the Technology Recycler Studios, this is Indy's Mobile News, 93 WIBC. WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. The news starts now.
The idea of killing children.
Acting U.S. Attorney Joe Thompson says hundreds of pages of writings also reveal a hatred of nearly everyone, including Black, Mexican, Jewish, and Christian people, but not one group.
The shooter idolized some of the most notorious school shooters and mass murderers in our country's history. I won't name them, just like I won't name the shooter. They don't deserve to have their names remembered.
Police say they have not yet been able to speak with the shooter's mother, who used to work in the parish where the killer used to attend Mass and school. 2 young students were killed, 15 other children and 3 adults injured in the attack. Minnesota's governor today sending state resources to boost public safety around schools and places of worship, and saying it's also to let the people of Minneapolis know they're not alone. As the U.S. pushes for peace, Russia launches another heavy aerial assault on Ukraine.
President Trump was not happy, but also not surprised by the missile and drone strikes launched by Russia into Ukraine's capital city overnight.
These are 2 countries that have been at war for a very long time. Russia launched this attack on Kyiv, and likewise, Ukraine recently dealt a blow to Russia's oil refinery.
White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt says President Trump is still seeking a peace agreement.
But perhaps both sides of this war are not ready to end it themselves.
Earlier this month, President Trump said a meeting between the leaders of Ukraine and Russia was in the works. So far, that has not come together.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House. Iran condemning a move by France, Germany, and the UK to begin snapback sanctions over its nuclear program. Iran's foreign minister calling that unjustified and illegal. Secretary of State Marco Rubio says the U.S. welcomes the move but remains available for diplomatic engagement. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Third arrest in Beckwith's Town Hall. Partly cloudy and 73 degrees in downtown Indy. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 5:02. John Herrick explains what police say a person did at a Warwick County Town Hall.
The town hall was hosted by Indiana's Lieutenant Governor Micah Beckwith on August 20th. Beckwith says it was tense, with people yelling and swearing at him right from the start. The Warwick County Sheriff's Office says their deputies acted appropriately, but they're accusing Kelly Moore of hitting one of their deputies, which is what prompted her arrest on a charge of felony battery on a public safety official. She was arrested this week. All 3 people arrested in the case have court dates in September. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Emergency personnel are supposed to help after an accident, but that was not the case. Johnette Cruz reports.
Not only did they have that interaction with Reed, but they did not treat his girlfriend at all. The whole thing is concerning to me.
That's Jennifer Tratner, the mother of Reed Tratner, who says he was met with disrespect and experienced a lack of treatment from a Greenfield medic. According to Tratner, Brianna Ashby with the Greenfield Fire Department showed a lack of empathy and professionalism when she was called to the scene of his rollover accident last week.
This is about Reed and the people of Greenfield, because if she's continuing to have these bad behaviors, then who's to say that something more dangerous can't happen?
The Greenfield Fire Department has opened an investigation into the incident. Johnette Cruz, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Leaders in Richmond say they started a new initiative that they call Revitalize Richmond, and it is valued at more than $100 million over a 5-year period. Dakota Collins is Richmond's Director of Community Relations. He tells Inside Indiana Business.
Young professionals are going to
have new options for living. Empty nesters are going to have new options. So we're really trying to make this initiative very inclusive of multiple different audiences.
Among other things, he says they want to strengthen the relationship between Earlham College and city leaders. They hope to have all projects that are a part of it to be done by 2028. Traffic and weather in 1 minute. It's 5:04.
It's time. You've been putting off that kitchen or bath remodel long enough. What are you waiting for? Get started today with Boer Remodeling. Boer Remodeling customer Kathy had a bath remodel with Boer. Kathy, talk a little bit about your experience.
Our experience with Boer has been terrific. The process was so easy and seamless. When we decided to do a larger remodel of our first floor, Boer was the first company we thought of hiring.
And were you happy with the results?
The results are amazing, and we are so happy with our home and the work that Boer did.
Peter is another recent Boer Remodeling customer with a new kitchen. Peter, what was the best part about working with Boer?
We especially liked the active participation that we were able to have in selection of stone for the countertops. Really came out beautiful. The cabinets also came out very, very well.
The best materials, the most skilled craftsmen in Central Indiana. They'll guide you through the entire process. Start with a free consultation. Talk to Boer Remodeling today. That's BOOHER, BoerRemodeling.com.
You've got WIBC traffic. It's now 5:05. Here's Matt Bear.
All right, Jake, looking at northbound 65, a stall on the exit ramp to West Street. That ramp is open. It's partially blocked. Slow to the north split. Inbound 65, 6-minute delay, 21st to Meridian Pad. 8-minute delay, eastbound 70 from Tibbs into the south split. Northbound 65, stop and go traffic from Keystone Avenue into the south split because of construction. We continue to slow up to the north split and out to rural on eastbound 70. Looking at northbound 465, northwest side, stop and go traffic, 79th up to 865. East side, southbound 465, slow from 7274 on a 9-minute delay. Crash Meridian at 43rd. Traffic sponsored by the International Hot Rod Association. The IHRA Outlaw Nitro Series is coming back to Columbus September 3rd through the 6th. Kids 12 and under free. Get your tickets now at IHRA.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. Now the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
Expect a partly to mostly cloudy night tonight with lows falling into the mid-50s. Friday will feature a nice end to the work week under mostly to partly sunny skies with high temperatures in the mid-70s. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
I'm Jake McDaniel on the level on the go and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock it!
Well, Hammer, the Democrats on the Indy Council voted a big fat no on the fines for parents for curfew violators. There was this one counselor in particular with the name Flip Flop.
Oh, you must be talking about Krista Carlino.
Why are we calling her Flip Flop again? Remind everybody.
Well, paraphrasing, of course, she was Johnette Tough Girl, in one of the council meetings and was like, you know what? I think Hogsett needs to resign. I think the leadership of the council needs to step down. The way we've handled this whole sexual harassment thing to these women is disgusting. And then she got yelled at, whether it be by Hogsett or Vop Osley, came back the next meeting. Sorry, screw those victims. I want back.
Never mind.
My bad.
Nothing to see here. But anyway, Flip Flop basically saying the fines were unfair and racist.
Of course
because many families in parts of Indy can't afford it if their kids are out past curfew.
So this was a thing put forth by Counselor Michael Paul Hart, who comes in here once a month and talks to us about what's going on with the council. And he told us, all right, we need to add some teeth to this curfew violation because right now it doesn't matter if these lunatic kids are out after hours, if they have weapons, if they have whatever. There's no real punishment, you know? So we wanted to add some fines to it to where if it's habitual, the parents or the guardian start paying money.
But that's racist.
Krista Carlino, Queen Flip Flop, says it's racist. And what I love is that I believe last night at the council meeting, Counselor Hart was like, there's supposed to be consequences here.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry that the parents might not have money, but This is what's called a deterrent. If I didn't have $500 to pay in fines, I would damn sure make sure my kid was at home, locked up, and was not going to be violating curfew.
Pretty simple.
It's a deterrent. But Krista Carlino, boy, she can never say anything that's going to tick off her Democrat overlords ever since that brief 24 hours of clarity that she had.
Oh, man.
She claims it's racist now to have consequences for the curfew violation. And if that's not enough, like that in itself is embarrassing. At the council meeting last night, after that, the Democrats voted to, quote, end debate on public safety proposals. So these are your elected council members. They have a specific safety sub-council, and they don't even want to talk. They don't even want to have a conversation.
No debates.
About safety in the city. No more debate. In debate. Republican Josh Bain puts on Twitter, quote, Dems on the Indy Council are insufferable. They just voted to end debate on public safety proposals because they don't even want to have a discussion about it. Shameful.
We're so tired of trying to come up with things to make our city safer. I'm sick of that.
We're tired
What
of
a
talking
charade.
about it. Like, listen, I'm fat, you're fat, we're out of shape. I don't get tired of talking. My God. It's not like they try to set a high five record like we did earlier. That's physical activity. Your job as an elected official is to talk about these things. Some of these people are on the safety committee. Well, last time I checked, I'm no rocket scientist, but talking is a big part of being on a committee.
Sure.
They don't want to do that anymore. And this is the same week that we got some of these reports out, like the one from the Rochester Institute of Technology that shows when you factor in population, Indy is outpacing Chicago in a lot of categories. Cities with the most homicides per 100,000 per capita.
Who are we up there with?
St. Louis, New Orleans, Detroit, Washington, D.C. before the federal takeover, Atlanta, and then Indianapolis and Chicago.
What do all those cities have in common? I'm looking at another column here.
Oh, that would be the mayor's political party that's in charge. Dem, all the way down. Pretty much all Democrats.
Okay. I love it. And the comeback is, well, these red states, the crime's going up. The red states. You have crime in the red states. No, dude, you have crime in the blue cities.
Right.
You've tried, don't make that dumb argument. Oh, the red state's got crime going up because it's in blue cities.
Right. If you want to say the crime in the state of Indiana is going up, it's ran by Republicans. Indianapolis is as blue as it gets, and that's outpacing Chicago. That may have something to do with it.
You think?
I just can't believe these people voted not to even have debate anymore. We're not going to talk about it. It's over. Let the kids run wild, and I hope they shoot themselves. Council out. Like, that's basically what was said. Now, think about the way this city felt after that July 4th incident, where the kids were out late and they were being knuckleheads and they all shot each other. Like, people really wanted answers. The FOP president went to the city county council shortly afterwards, Rick Snyder, and said this.
I've been coming to this podium longer than any of you have been in those seats, and I've been saying the same things to you. Our children need you to step up and talk about what's really going on. When you talk about your limitations by ordinance and what the council has, I see you pass resolution after resolution talking about taking a stance on this issue and that issue. Why on earth can you not speak out about what's going on in our criminal justice system?
Right.
We have made a very convincing and compelling demonstration over years now that we have a revolving door and we have a broken system. We've called upon you to call upon our prosecutor and our courts, who their budgets do fall under your purview. We've called on you to address these issues. We're talking about criminally violent offenders. They are laughing at what we're doing here tonight. This means nothing to them. It's a joke.
He's right. People laugh at the justice system in Indiana. Look what they're doing in Johnson County. They're putting up billboards. As soon as you get into the county line and you cross from Marion to Johnson, there's a billboard that says, by the way, you go to jail in this county.
We actually put criminals in jail in this county.
Right. It's laughable. And everybody was really concerned after 4th of July. We need to have tougher curfew. We've really got to put some teeth into this thing. It's going to be bipartisan. Fast forward a month later, they don't even want to talk about it anymore.
There's still the curfew.
But there's no teeth to it.
No teeth.
Nothing
no fines,
changed.
Because it's racist.
There was a curfew in place on July 4th. But when you don't enforce it and there's no teeth to it, that's a problem. Now, again, here is from that same council meeting in July, shortly after the kids were killed on the 4th of July that night, downtown late. This, once again, FOP President Rick Snyder.
And the reason why we have juveniles running around with guns in their hands, I said in 2019, after 6 more people were shot in downtown, 3 of which were juveniles, it is the adult criminals that are putting the guns in our children's hands. Why? Because they know nothing will happen to them in the juvenile justice system.
Bingo.
That's a huge red flag that this council can be talking about and addressing. And you have got to do something on this. The last time I came to you and told you to take a look at these criminal justice outcomes, it was rejected. What's done is done. I can't explain it. For the life of me, I can't. But what I do know is there were 4 more juveniles killed immediately after that vote. I remember standing on the scene and looking around and watching families being destroyed, and I didn't see one of you out there.
Just giving him the dressing down of the worst kind. I love it.
And I would love for a Democrat council member, whether it's Jesse Brown, whether it's Va Bosley, whether it's Frank Mascari, inform me on what's wrong with what Rick said right there. Why would you not at least want to figure out some way to enforce the curfew violation? That's all we're asking for. We're not saying throw every kid into the death penalty chamber up in Michigan City for the rest of their lives, but there's got to be some sort of actual punishment, because this right here isn't working. And it's only taken a month and a half for the council members to shed these crocodile tears to say, screw it, we don't want to talk anymore. Re-damn-diculous. Let's end this break on a happy note, shall we?
Okay, please.
If you need a reason to drink tonight, Nige, happy 60th birthday, 6-0, to Shaniah Twain.
Oh, wow.
Shaniah Twain. So we're going to do a little round of Don't Forget the Lyrics with producer Allison.
Uh-oh.
I feel like this is in her wheelhouse,
I do
though.
too.
Like that 90s kind of new hit country is where producer Allison lives.
Yeah, I'm not even sweating.
So I'm going to play a Shaniah Twain hit. I will stop it at some point. You get the next line, okay?
Okay.
I got 3 of these, Nige. You think she runs the table?
I think she runs the table.
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
Number 1.
If I change my mind a million times, I wanna hear him say,
yeah,
yeah.
Here we go.
Any man of mine.
Yeah! Woo! Woo! We are off, baby. We are cooking with fire.
Boy, you used your diaphragm for that one, didn't you?
I was sober, too.
All right, 1 for 1. Let's go for number 2.
And man, I feel like a woman.
There we go. There we go. Now, of the 3, I think this
Yeah.
one might be the most challenging.
Ooh.
But I still think she's going to get it. Let's find out. Bum, 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 bum.
I'm out of here.
Yeah, there we go. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Happy 60th to Shaniah and an impressive effort from our producer, Allison.
Dude, I'm jacked up right now. I'm ready to run through the wall. Let's go. Matt Bear.
Northbound 65 stall on the exit to West Street. The ramp is open, partially blocked. Inbound 65 stop and go 21st to Meridian Penn, 4-minute delay. Eastbound 78-minute delay. Belmont to the south split. Southbound 6570 also delayed 8 minutes from the north split to the south split. Northwest side, northbound 465 stop and go 79th up to 865, and southbound 65 slows from 86th Street to 71st. East side, northbound 465 slow 70 up to Penn Pike, and eastbound 465 stop and go traffic Keystone Avenue to I-69. Traffic sponsored by Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield. They've teamed up with the Indiana Fever and Common Threads to provide local schools with information for nutritious meal preparation. Learn more at anthem.com/fever. Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield is the trade name of Anthem Insurance Companies Incorporated. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
We need 106 people to go to the WIBC YouTube page and give us a thumbs up. Give us a like. That gets us to 200. On a day like today where we've had some very heavy stories, I'm jacked up now because producer Allison nailed that sing-along with Shaniah. So, if you can spare us a thumbs up, can you spare us a like, go to the WIBC YouTube page and help a couple brothers and one sister out. That'd be awesome. We need 106 more people to do so. 74 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. Rob's going to flip out and go off the rails coming up here in just about 10 minutes. But first, a fun round of Are You Okay With This next.
Everybody knows Hubler's got the best warranty around. 10 years, 200,000 miles. But did you know? Now you can get that same limited powertrain warranty on new Toyotas. Introducing the all-new Hubler Toyota. Get grand opening savings all month long. And right now, lease a new 2025 RAV4, just $349 per month. Or a new Tacoma, $299 per month. Plus, choose from Camrys, Corollas, Highlanders, Tundras, and more.
Hubler's got you covered.
At the all-new Hubler Toyota on US 31 South in Indianapolis. Visit HublerToyota.com. Grand opening savings and the best warranty around. 10 years, 200,000 miles.
Cover me!
Select models, approved credit, plus tax tag title license 249 dealer doc. RAV4 model 4432. Tacoma model 7540. 36 months, $29.99 due, zero security, 10,000 annual miles, 15 cents per mile thereafter. Expires 9/1.
Attention. If you suffer from consistent pain in your joints caused by arthritis, overuse, or injury, you may be a candidate for a revolutionary therapy that could revitalize damaged tissue. This approach can provide long-lasting relief from pain in your knees, shoulders, hips, and other joints with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. And using your FSA or HSA funds, you could save up to 30% off. To find out if you're a viable candidate, request a free consultation from QC Kinetics by calling 463-348-2596. Instead of masking the symptoms, it resolves the problem at its source. Already used by thousands of satisfied patients nationwide, this joint pain therapy is available right now to the public, but only for qualified candidates. Find out if you're a viable candidate today. Request a free consultation by calling QC Kinetics, 463-348-2596, 463-348-2596.
Don't let that summer job go again because you don't have the right tools. At Quality Supply and Tool, now through September 26th, or while supplies last, there's a huge DeWalt sale going on. Buy select 20-volt bare tools and get a free 5-amp-hour battery. That's a $100 value. Buy a DeWalt 4-in-1 or 5-in-1 Tough System modular workstation and get two 2-drawer units free. That's more than a $200 value. Quality Supply and Tool has locations in Jeffersonville, Bloomington, West Lafayette, and South Harding Street in Indy. And Quality Supply and Tool thinks outside the box store.
Listen up, football fans. You won't want to miss this.
Right now, new Bet365 customers bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets, win or lose. So you could turn that $200 into something bigger when you bet on money line, spread, totals, player props.
$200 in bonus bets when new customers bet $5. I know where I'm going to bet from now on. Download the app today and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Indiana. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
Sometimes an identity threat is a ring of professional hackers. And sometimes it's an overworked accountant.
who forgot to encrypt their connection while sending bank details.
I need a coffee.
And you need LifeLock, because your info is in endless places. It only takes one mistake to expose you to identity theft. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS at lifelock.com. Terms apply.
Community Health Network cares for your heart health. From heart scans and vascular screenings to complex heart procedures, you can count on our expert team for the highest quality cardiovascular care, when and where you need it. Your path to a healthy heart starts with knowing your risk. Schedule a heart scan or vascular screening today. Visit ecommunity.com/heart. Community Health Network. Exceptional care. Simply delivered.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
Hilltop Hideaway, a premier Brown County log cabin on 5 wooded acres, has fall availability. August discounts, too. HilltopHideawayLogCabin.com.
This hour on 93 WIBC is powered by Pierce Jewelers, Carmel's Diamond Engagement Ring Store.
Are you really okay with this?
Are you okay? Everything's gonna be okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm pretty far from okay.
Are you okay with this? On the Hammer and Nigel show.
Oh, yeah!
I'm going to tweak this just a little bit here, Hammer. Are you okay with this random fact?
Oh.
Nike's Just Do It slogan is based on a murderer's last words. Gary Gilmore killed 2 people in Utah and got the death penalty in 76. His last words were, quote, "Let's do it." Nike admits their slogan was inspired by the quote. But wait, there's more. After his death, he donated his organs to science. 2 people got his eyes, which led to this 1978 toe tapper by Punk Rock's The Adverts. Gary Gilmore's eyes reached number 18 in the UK.
Gary Gilmore's eyes. Looking through Gary Gilmore's eyes. Looking through Gary Gilmore's eyes.
Are you okay with Nike getting their slogan from a murderer and then having it turned into a song?
Yeah, I'm fine with it. Last time I checked, he was brought to justice, right? He was executed.
Yeah.
So he didn't get to see the fruits of his labor. Yeah, I'm great with that. As long as he's burning in hell without any sort of satisfaction of knowing that he inspired a billion-dollar corporation, I don't want him to have any bragging rights. I'm fine with that.
I just think it's funny that somebody, the marketing guy at Nike was trying to think of a slogan for this is like for their shoe, their company, and he heard the murderer say that was his last words. That's it. Got it.
But
just do it.
We're going to change the word let's to just. That's way we can sleep at night with ourselves.
All right.
No, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Now, if anybody should feel dirty, it should be Tone Loc, because that's how he begins Wild Thing. Let's do it.
I doubt he was
That's word
inspired.
for word.
I doubt he was inspired by the murderer Gary Gilmore, though. Are you okay with this? You would think that winning the Heisman Trophy would be a major credit for your name search, but Matt Leinart found out the opposite when his young son asked Alexa about his dad.
Alexa, who's Matt Leinart?
Matt Leinart was a Heisman Trophy winning quarterback at USC and a top 10 NFL draft pick, but his pro career didn't amount to much.
Really? Yikes. Oh well. Wow, Alexa's rough.
Wow.
His career didn't amount to much. And then you hear Matt Leinart go, yeah, boy, that was rough.
That's pretty rough. Now, Alexa's right, but Matt Leinart was one of the great college quarterbacks of the last 20, 30 years. USC went through a run there where they were like the only major school out west paying all the players illegally. Things the SEC had been doing for years.
Yeah.
Like Reggie Bush, his family got a house. He got like a vehicle, and they were doing all that stuff before NIL became legal, right? It's like the way I used to do sports betting. I was doing all this crap before it became legal. But yeah, he got drafted by the Arizona Cardinals, had like a couple good games early on, but after that, never really worked out for him.
And now he's in broadcasting, right?
Yeah. He's going to be just fine. He's like a super good-looking dude. He's got a hot wife. His kids are cool. He's got a good sense of humor about it. So I'm not mad at Matt Leinart at all. All right. I'm looking out in the hallway. I see Rob Kendall. He's doing squat thrusts right now.
Oh, good Lord. He's doing them pantsless.
He is ready to flip out and go off the rails. I want to ask Rob if he still expects the Attorney General, Todd Rokita, to get some sort of punishment. Because I hear this crap every single year,
all the
right?
time.
Oh, this is the year. Rokita's going down. It's like the people talking about Penn State football.
Yeah.
Oh, this is it. Big game James. They're going to beat Ohio State this year. So we'll get into that and some other things. That's coming up right after we break down and have a look at the news.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
What he came there for. Partly cloudy and 75 degrees. In downtown Indy, the low for tonight is 54. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 529. During a campaign-style event at a steel fabrication plant in La Crosse, Wisconsin, Vice President J.D. Vance highlighted the administration's economic policies.
Vice President Vance told the crowd a main goal of the president's is to bring manufacturing back to the U.S. and expand the manufacturing that's already here.
American manufacturing must be as strong in the future, or America's future will not exist without it.
He noted First Lady Melania Trump's statement following the Annunciation school shooting inside of a church in Minneapolis that questioned the role of mental health in mass violence.
We take way more psychiatric medication than any other nation on earth, and I think it's time for us to start asking some very hard questions about the root causes of this violence.
As for National Guard troops being sent to cities to help stop crime, Vance said the president would like to wait for governors and mayors to ask for that kind of help.
Fox's Jessica Rosenthal reporting. Indianapolis's Public Safety Committee will recommend to the City County Council next month. Councilor Krista Carlino opposed the parent fines, while Councilor Michael Paul Hart supported them.
I don't think so. I mean, it's a fine, right? It's aimed at the parent. It's put in there to be preventative. It's so people know that when you get that letter the first time, there's an awareness to this is what could happen.
The meeting happened a month after 2 teenagers were killed in downtown Indy, shortly after the fireworks on July 4th. The Public Safety Committee will inform the full council on September 8th that it does not recommend imposing fines. Maryland's Democratic Governor Wes Moore invited President Trump to Baltimore to talk about crime prevention after the president suggested sending in the National Guard. Moore told Fox's The Will Cain Show about how violent crime has been in his state.
And while we still have very real work to do, we are also very clear that the results that we have started to see in the past 2.5 years are deeply encouraging.
President Trump turned down the invitation, though. While crime has gone down in Baltimore, its violent crime rate is still the 3rd highest in the country. College football is kicking off its first week. The action starts with number 25 Boise State traveling to Tampa to face South Florida. Back east, Rutgers hosts Ohio, and it's an in-state matchup as NC State welcomes East Carolina. The day's games will wrap up with Nebraska taking on Cincinnati at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. With traffic now, Matt Bear, what you got?
All right, Jake, looking at northbound 65 to West Street, there's a stall on the exit ramp. The ramp is open. Eastbound 70, stop and go. 4-minute delay from Belmont into the South Split. Pike Township, northbound 65 slows from 465 up to 79th. Southbound 65, stop and go from Whitestown Parkway down to 86th Street. Looking at eastbound 465, northeast side, stop and go before Keystone over to Allisonville Road. Southbound 65-70, delayed 6 minutes because of construction. North Split to the South Split, and eastbound 70 delayed 3 minutes. Belmont into the South Split. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Make summer nights unforgettable with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get 50% off a stunning fire pit with their best stamped concrete patio package. Hurry! Offer ends September 1st. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Now the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
We're in for a dry, partly to mostly cloudy Thursday night as lows get down into the mid-50s. Friday will feature a nice end to the work week under mostly to partly sunny skies with highs in the mid-70s with dry air in place. By Friday evening and night, we're tracking beautiful conditions for high school football as the zone as temperatures fall into the 60s by Friday night. Saturday, going into Labor Day weekend, continues to be beautiful with highs in the mid-70s with plenty of sunshine. I'm Wish TV Storm Track Gate meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
I'm Jake McDaniel on the level on the go and on WIBC.com.
I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, "I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore!"
And now, Hammer and Nigel go off the rails with Rob Kendall.
Noise pollution.
My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer is here, also joining us live in studio. Rob Kendall from the award-winning Kendall and Casey Show. Rob, how are you?
Great. Thanks, as always, to our segment sponsor, Garage Doors of Indianapolis.
We have a myriad of opinions on this radio station, and sometimes they conflict with each other, Hammer. Like yesterday, we brought on Tony Kinnett from the Tony Kinnett Cast. His show comes on after ours at 7 o'clock. He's also a writer for the Daily Signal, dailysignal.com. I want to get your take on what Tony Kinnett had to say about the issue of redistricting here in Indiana.
Redistricts now. Yeah, I'm sorry. Andre Carson does not have some type of a magical constitutional right to a little one-county district that's all perfect and square, while I, over in the 6th Congressional District, have to share a voting district with Columbus. The eastern central portion of the state has nothing in common with the people in Columbus, culturally, economically, industry-wise. So why do we have to be gerrymandered? But he gets to keep his precious little seat, what, for some appearance of balance that the Democrats would never honor? Why? Cut up the map. I just don't care. Oh, it's not honoring to the voter. That doesn't make any sense at all. Soft-footed libertarian arguments that come out of Dr. Seuss books are not the real world. It's not how the Indiana Constitution works, not how the U.S. Constitution works. Redistrict the freaking maps.
So, Tony Kinnett, very passionate on his side about redistricting the maps. You very passionate on the other side. Your response?
Well, Tony Kinnett loves getting himself another Jefferson Shreve for some reason, and I can't figure that out. That's who will win whatever seats they will create. Look, I'm not a cheerleader for the Republican Party. Tony is. He doesn't.
No one has said that, Rob. Literally nobody has said you're a cheerleader for the Republican Party.
Right. I'm saying Tony wants more Republicans. This is a party function. I don't believe elections should be party functions. I also don't believe the taxpayers should pay for primary elections. That's what this is. Andrew Ireland admitted that on our show today. He was very honest about it. He said, this is wholly political. There's not some population shift that we need to consider like a Texas or whatever. It's wholly political. I don't believe, I don't have any faith in the Republicans. I don't think they do anything for me. I think they screw me every opportunity they get. Tony's very excited about the idea of having another Jefferson Shreve and rigging maps and rigging elections for another Jefferson Shreve. They already, see, this is the problem with Tony's argument, though. They had a fairer map, and they changed the map to protect Victoria Sparks. They had a map where Marion County voters were voting in the 5th Congressional District. They changed the map to protect her. Our state is 58% Republican based on the last election. 78% of the congressional seats are Republican. 70% of the state house seats are Republican. 80% of the Senate seats are Republican. The state is already gerrymandered. The two areas that are Democrat, I don't think anybody would argue, are Democrat areas, which are Marion County and Lake County, the Lake County area. We have already rigged these maps to protect Republicans. And what is disgusting to me about it is they basically admitted, well, we'll rig them for a couple of years this way, and then once we get the new census, we'll undo them and peel it back. This is all about being afraid of Donald Trump. This is all about being afraid of Charlie Kirk. This is, look, I don't want my money to subsidize Republican Party functions as a taxpayer. If I want to do that, I'll pay for that myself. Tony feels different about it.
Yeah, I think you bring up an interesting point, because I'm somebody that feels like fight fire with fire, right? That's me. Like, I expect to get screwed no matter who it is, so if you can fight back, fight back. But you bring up an interesting point. Everybody's just assuming it's going to be a good Republican that gets the job. Well, this is how you end up getting stuck with Jefferson Shreve, who at one point was a gun grabber here in central Indy, and now all of a sudden he wants to be the, beacon of conservative values in Washington.
All you've gotten from the Republicans since they took the House back is Biden spending levels and plus, right? I mean, look at what they just did. They just added another $4 trillion plus to the debt in this big bullcrap bill. Like, I'm not fired up about Republicans. I don't believe in Republicans anymore. They don't do anything for me. And you're much more apt to get, I don't even know who a good Indiana Republican, I'll just use Andrew Ireland. You're much more apt to get a Jefferson Shreve in Congress than you are an Andrew Ireland type person.
You had a guest on earlier this week, forgive me, I forget his name, I think he's in the legislature, who made the argument that I've heard you make several times. But this guy was a Democrat, and he said that having a Republican supermajority in Indiana is a bad thing. Now, I understand why that comes out of a Democrat's mouth, but I've heard you make that same argument.
Yeah, I mean, Kyle Miller was the guy's name. He was a Democrat rep from Fort Wayne. Your taxes have never been higher. The government has never been bigger.
Do you think our taxes are going to go down with Democrats?
Yes, because if you look at how the Republicans had to behave when Mitch Daniels was governor, when we were in the reform tax-cutting era of government in the state, they had to fight with Democrats. Now, there were times where Republicans had all the levers of government, but they didn't have an automatic rubber stamp. Like they didn't. What happens now is these lawmakers go in and they recognize, because of the way the districts are drawn, the only way I can lose is in a primary. All I have to do is get out of my primary, and I'm going to be fine. And so they recognize that the most likely way to lose in a primary is not from some guy to the right. It's the establishment, Houston, Bray, those guys pumping big money, as Julie McGuire when she beat John Jacob a couple of years ago, or Kurt Nicely, where they spent $1 million to get those guys out. So they just go in and be good little boys and girls and do whatever the legislature tells them, which is more taxes, more government, more crony capitalism.
All right, so you're a political animal. You go to these council meetings. You used to be an elected official. You've got the sources. How did we get to this point to where, okay, it's a red state for the most part, Republicans get elected, but it feels like the public should know now who some of these butt sniffers are that just want to raise their taxes. How did we get to this point to where we keep electing bad Republicans?
Because the public is largely apathetic and the Democrats have made themselves simply unelectable. And I told that guy that the other day, Kyle Miller, the state rep from Fort Wayne. I said, look,
they're so far to the left.
You are. There's a litany of issues you could take the Republicans down on. Like if you let me run the Democrat Party for a year, 2 years, right? I promise you, I could not only get the Secretary of State's office, but also 5 House seats and probably 2 Senate seats. Now, does that totally change the balance of power? No, but it is a start. You have look, you got the Attorney General who might be about to lose his law license. You've got the Lieutenant Governor who's allegedly under grand jury investigation. You've got Diego Morales, which is a walking, talking ethics corruption red flag. All of these guys, you've got the utility stuff that's totally out of control. You got the property taxes that are out of control. If you just had normal people that these are the things that they talked about, you would resonate with people. But instead, you get on-demand abortion crazy people. You get people talking about how little kids should be able to chop off their penises. And people are just like, well, I'd rather pay higher taxes than have to deal with this.
All right, you said something there in passing I want to go back on. The Attorney General here in Indiana, Todd Rokita, you say he's about to lose his law license.
Could be. Don't know for sure.
Yeah, okay. I feel like this is the Penn State football conversation. Every damn year, I hear the same thing. Oh, Rokita's going down. Oh, look out, Rokita's going down. That's the sports version. That's the political version of the sports argument. This is Penn State's year. Big game James. They're going to beat Ohio State. Look out. Here they come. Happy Valley.
And I feel like even Nikki Kelly, who you had for the Capitol Chronicle on your show today, even had somewhat of a hammer sentiment to where it's not likely to happen. Like it's right. Rare. There's not exactly precedence.
The
here.
Todd Rokita doom and gloom is doing the Spider-Man meme pointing at Penn State football fans.
Well, okay, so I have said I think he will get suspended. Now, suspension doesn't mean he stops being Attorney General.
Okay.
That's what Curtis Hill had. Now, if you read the tea leaves, though, because for those who aren't aware, I think most people are, but Todd Rokita is back in front of the Disciplinary Commission, and they have now set up a 3-judge panel, 2 appointed Republican judges and a Democrat judge that will serve as essentially the hearing officers to make the recommendation to the state Supreme Court.
And this is all going back years now, right. Those comments that he made on Fox News about the abortion doctrine.
Because Todd can't understand that you don't have an unlimited First Amendment right the same way we don't when we're on these airwaves. There's words we can't say. When you accept becoming an attorney in the state of Indiana, when you get a law license, there are rules and requirements you have to abide by, which means just like us here on these airwaves, you don't have an absolute First Amendment right. Todd can't get that through his thick skull, and so he keeps finding himself back in front of this essentially like judiciary commission, for lack of a better term, that oversees lawyers. They've set up this 3-judge panel the state Supreme Court has, and if you read the tea leaves with the state Supreme Court, they have strongly urged Mr. Rokita to settle this with this panel. If you read the tea leaves with the 3-judge panel, they've strongly urged Mr. Rokita to settle this through mediation. I think they're just done with the Rokita bullcrap. Now, again, it's going to take...
Penn State's bringing their quarterback back. Look, they're going to beat Ohio State on the road this year.
It would take a monumental thing to take away the votes of a million plus people, and that's why I've said I'm not sure they'll pull the trigger on it. But if there was any time they would ever do it, this guy is such a colossal blowhard and pain in the ass that I just think they're so sick of him. That being said, Rokita, you're right. He's like the nuclear holocaust. There'll be Keith Richards, the cockroaches, and Rokita left. He always finds a way to weasel out of it.
I think the feeling's mutual, by the way.
Oh, totally. That's fine. You know me. I don't get mad. It's like, what did he call me last time? The village idiot. It's fine. But I do want to say something about Rokita.
Yeah.
A video has surfaced of him 15 years ago when he was Secretary of State talking about the need to get politics out of redistricting. And Todd Rokita tried very hard when he was Secretary of State it was the early days of artificial intelligence, to let artificial intelligence fairly draw lines that take the politics out of redistricting. Well, now he comes out and he's wholly supportive of infusing mass politics into the redistricting process. And these are the things when I call the guy a blowhard and a boob and a buffoon, these are the things that I'm talking about.
But Rob, people can change their minds over that time, because I am old enough to remember you doing a picture with Todd Rokita wearing a Support Mike Pence t-shirt. We've posted it on the Off the Rails promotional tweets before.
Yeah, and look, I don't think this your signature position as Secretary of State. I don't think you change your mind on that when you're giving speeches and going to events. And yeah, look, I've said this before. I used to really like Todd Rokita. He was a very good Secretary of State. He did voter ID. He was for the fairness in elections. He did a lot of good things. I don't know whether he suffered a head injury or amnesia or what, but something happened to that guy when he ran for U.S. Senate that he just turned into a complete maroon.
Come back for one more break?
Yes, let's do it.
We're going off the rails with Rob Kendall. This is the Hammer and Nigel Show.
This back-to-school season, we know you have enough on your mind. That's why Hubler's got you and your family covered for 100,000 miles. Now through Labor Day, shop over 2,000 vehicles at any of our 13 convenient locations. Buy with zero down. Choose from all makes and models. Certified, luxury, even the hard-to-find ones. Yes, zero down delivers. Plus, we'll pay top dollar for your trade. Bring us your old car for an immediate appraisal on the spot. So head back to school in a Hubler Q certified vehicle with a free Carfax history report and a 128-point vehicle inspection. Hubler's got you covered. For 100,000 miles, visit drivehubler.com or any of our 13 convenient locations and spend less on back to school. Through Labor Day, zero down delivers at Hubler. Cover me! Select models approved grant warranty on select models less than 9 years old.
Zillow ranks Indianapolis #2 among 2025's hottest markets. Home values have risen and are holding strong. Now is a great time to sell. Hire the team with proven systems to maximize your equity. Sell your home with Mark Dietl. Maybe you want a fast, guaranteed, no-hassle home sale, but don't want to give up hard-earned equity to do it. Mark Dietl is the only real estate expert trusted and recommended with the sale of your home. Mark Dietl guarantees your home sold at a mutually agreed-upon price and deadline, or he will buy it. Just pick your move date. No long-term contracts. You can cancel it anytime. Sarah in Fountain Square said, after investing in a property in Fountain Square, I ran into some financial trouble and needed to sell the place fast for maximum dollars. I hired the Mark Dietl team and they were able to sell my property within weeks for over list price. Call the local Indianapolis agent, trusted and recommended, the agent who guarantees your home sold or he'll buy it. Call Mark Dietl, 317-755-4232. Get all the details or go online to markdietl.com. That's Mark Dietl, Dietl, markdietl.com.
GarageDoors.com.
Garage Doors of Indianapolis has been a local, family-owned and operated business for nearly 50 years and helps keep Central Indiana's economy strong by employing over 70 families. Garage Doors of Indianapolis stands by their products and services while they share and embrace our conservative values. So when you have garage door problems, call them today for service today. Garage Doors of Indianapolis, 875-4577, 875-4577, or visit doorstoday.com.
Saturdays 9 to 1 for the Home and Garden Show for advice and fun, brought to you by Miscellaneous. Water, storms, fire, and wet basements. Life happens. Miscellaneous happens to help you through it.
Shop the Labor Day sale at Grand Appliance and save on Bosch and other top appliance brands. Visit grandappliance.com or your local Grand showroom today. Appliance expert since 1930.
Pierce Jewelers, Carmel's family-owned jewelry store, is dedicated to quality and fine craftsmanship. Let them help you celebrate that special moment in your life. Shop local, shop smart, shop Pierce Jewelers.
More tariffs later, tornadoes possible.
WIBC.com gives you more than just headlines. It's context, updates, and insight. Whether you're at work, on the move, or catching up late, the latest is already there. Stay in the know while you're on the go at WIBC.com.
Matt Bear has a look at the roads.
All right, Hammer North Side, eastbound 465 at Allisonville Road. Crash blocking the right lane, causing stop-and-go traffic back to Westfield Boulevard, delayed 11 minutes. Inbound 65, 8-minute delay 29th to Meridian Penn. 6-minute delay on eastbound 70 from Harding to the South Split. Westbound 70, stop-and-go rural into the North Split, and then southbound 65, 70 jammed up North Split to the South Split. A 4-minute construction delay. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Make summer nights unforgettable with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get 50% off a stunning fire pit with their best stamped concrete patio package. Hurry. Offer ends September 1st. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Right now, 74 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center at 93 WIBC. Back with Rob Kendall, part of the number one rated Kendall and Casey show, 9 to noon here at 93 WIBC. Rob, we have got a new Degenerates Next Door podcast out. You went 2-0 last week.
Nice.
I went 1-1. The brain trust of Hammer Kendall here.
Wow.
75% last week.
3 knees at the goal line to hit that under in the Iowa State, Kansas State.
Nobody ever wins that way.
How does that happen?
Well, I didn't deserve
That was amazing.
Because I'd given up on the game. I was mad, and so I left. And then
that came after they had a review where they took the points off the board.
Yeah, and the great part about it was Kenny, one of our pros, took the other side of that, and I knew somehow something magical had happened for me. There's a bunch of words I can't say on the air popped up in our group text, and I was like, what? It was like Sid Caesar at the end of the vacation. I won. I won the money. Can't believe it. Yeah, so we're 2-0. You got, and I both have plays on Notre Dame or on Ohio State, Texas. I've got a play on Notre Dame.
Notre Dame's got a big game against Miami, and you break that game down. I got action tonight. Yep. If you want to get a last-minute bet in for tonight, Nebraska taking on Cincinnati, I'm on that.
Nige, can I just address something with you real quick before we have to go?
Please.
My mailman,
yes,
who is your very good friend,
Justin. Yeah,
he is
the official mailman of the Hammer and Nigel show.
Is disappeared somewhere. I don't know
He's
where.
down in Florida for a couple weeks.
But I got a major issue because when Justin is there, the mail is almost always there by noon, and it gives me something to look forward to when I get home from work. And the replacement mail lady, it's like 4 o'clock.
Be nice.
It's like 4 o'clock. So can you give her a pep talk?
I don't.
So the backup quarterback isn't as good as the starter? That's normal.
What possible reason would you have to want your mail at a certain time at a certain day?
It's an Easter egg. Like every day I open the mailbox, it's an Easter egg.
You like getting bills? What's wrong with you?
That's exactly what I was thinking. I hope I don't get mail. I enjoy it when I open my mailbox and there's nothing in there.
Same.
No, I like the coupons. I enjoy looking through other companies'
value
flyers.
Packs, sure.
You know, I do like all those things. I enjoy just.
You're very cheap, man.
Well, I just enjoy seeing what's in the box.
So you got to wait a couple of extra hours to see what's in the box.
It's never anything good, but it's just the joy of something's in this box and I don't know what it is. And so if you could just tell the mailman if he can't return in a rapid fashion, if he could give this lady a talk or something.
I'll mention that.
20 years from now, when Rob's older and he's losing his mind, he's going to be standing outside by his mailbox, black socks and sandals. Where are my coupons at? I haven't eaten since yesterday. Special thanks to
Garage Doors of Indianapolis. You guys are the best.
Follow the degenerates next door at Gambling Stuff on Twitter. More Hammer and Nigel show coming up.
Central Indiana knows tough, but your water shouldn't be. Indiana ranks among the hardest water in the country, and your home is paying the price. Connecticut's non-electric technology means no timer, settings, or headaches. Just water that works, even when the power doesn't. And the twin tank design means clean, soft water 24/7. Connecticut water softeners are the solution, made in the U.S. Visit ConnecticutIndy.com and mention Made in the U.S. for an additional $250 off your purchase of a softener. Connecticut, American-made, Midwest tough.
An official message from Medicare.
I'm saving money on my Medicare prescriptions. Maybe you can save too. With Medicare's Extra Help program, my premium is zero and my out-of-pocket costs are low. Who should apply? Single people making less than $24,000 a year or married couples who make less than $32,000. Even if you don't think you qualify, it pays to find out.
Go to ssa.gov/extrahelp. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
David was in big trouble with the IRS.
At first, I didn't owe that much, but after this year, it was out of control.
Then David called Get a Tax Lawyer.
Right away, they were like, oh yeah, looks like you're qualified to save.
Get a Tax Lawyer went to work.
Should have called way sooner.
Get a Tax Lawyer has helped thousands like David fight the IRS and get a fresh start.
Call 800-745-3070. That's 800-745-3070.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Bet365 is paying out before the final whistle.
Check out Bet365's unrivaled early payout offer. When you bet on a team to win and they take a 17-point lead, you get paid no matter the final score. Forget the final whistle and start counting that cash. Hold up. You get early payout on parlays, too.
Download the app and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Indiana. T&Cs apply.
Well, summer's still hot, and so are the deals at Tom Roush Lincoln. Right now, get 0% for up to 48 months on 2025 Lincoln Aviator and Nautilus, or 0.9% for 72 months on 2025 Grand Touring Corsair. Or how about a $50,000 Lincoln Corsair from just $499 per month? So come get one of those hot summer deals at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers.
MSRP $52.20, 36-month term, $2,500 due at signing, $499 a month, 10,500 miles per year. Good through 8/31/25.
The deals and specials are sizzling hot. It's the Central Indiana Gun and Knife Show this Saturday and Sunday at the Tippecanoe County Fairgrounds in Lafayette. The best dealers in the region will be at the Central Indiana Gun and Knife Show. Just $6 for adults. Kids 12 and under get in free. Must be 18 or accompanied by an adult. Buy, sell, trade.